Welcome in, everybody, to Fallout, Georgia. I hope you guys are enjoying our series. We're going to go and kick it off with our intro to the series. It's our regular song. It's called. It's by a guy named Halijna. It's his song "Acid," and I hope you guys enjoy it. All right.
Stay calm.
Yeah, I did wanted to give Cyberpunk vibes. BoJack is interesting. I gotta pick your brain about that. Um, yeah, I wanted it to sound kind of like there's old, like it gives me the vibe that like there's a really good band that makes like remixes off of like 1950s like public domain TV shows, and like I got the vibe of that plus like some like old like retro horror movie very over the top campy kind of horrors, because like that also gives me 50s style like Fallout vibes. So okay, so let me go ahead and pull up my recap and like catch us up to where we are now. Uh, when we last left off, the party the party was still reeling from the death, or some might say execution, of Marcus the Bright. And their ad hoc introduction to the Brotherhood of Steel in the form of Knight Commander Adrian Forge, Medical Scribe Gideon, and the various other members under Forge's command. Forge is under special orders, suffice it to say, and conversations were opening up. He was allowing a little bit more leniency towards this party that he had discovered just crash landing from their vertibird. However, slightly, whenever the regular mortar shelling that occurs all the time, like clockwork, 8 o'clock to 5 p.m. One of the shells actually had a direct hit on the bunker entrance and in-poured the Red Clay Guard militia. The first volleys of fire spread, and many of the Brotherhood of Steel were taking hits, and they were not looking good, save for Forge in his power armor. Unsure of what direction this fight was going to go, Elliot pulled the only place she had remaining, especially since she had no weapons on her, and spoke aloud the code phrase for the brainwashed individuals, who then saluted her as governor and stood at attention, immediately ceasing hostilities. Forge, flabbergasted, angrily demanded a scribe be brought in immediately, both to tend to his injury that he received in the fight, and because he wanted to know what the fuck was going on. Elliot, as succinctly as she could, explained in her own, not very scientific way that as a consequence of eating the contaminated food, they are susceptible to being primed, and so they're susceptible to the code phrase, which may not make a ton of sense to you, Forge. I'll let you roleplay with how much you understand of that. But it may in fact be a serious problem for Forge's crew, seeing as they've been eating the rations that they've procured from Mama Dolce's factory in Morgantown to supplement their own meager supplies. Which is where we pick up, in the makeshift indoor farm of the bunker, where the large rolling metal doors used to be that lead out to the battlefield. The Knight Commander basically got a lucky shot off on you. He rolled a lot of damage. I was able to pump some AP into it and managed to squeak out just enough damage to actually give you 5 points of damage. You got an injury off on him and nearly killed, like, the Gatling gun with its burst effect, you were basically gunning them all down. I'm not sure Elliot had to do this, but like Elliot's decision was, I don't know how this is going. It looks like some of your Brotherhood of Steel people may die. I don't want to also die. I have no weapon, so she decided to pull her card. So Yes, yes. Which is where we pick up now. You guys are essentially just sitting in the clicks and claps and beeps of the underground base, and uh, for as strange as it is, the Red Clay Guard, as hostile as they always are towards the Brotherhood of Steel members, have immediately dropped hostilities and are awaiting orders from Elliot. Elliot. Okay, good. I was just making sure you were there. You weren't muted. uh, he pauses. He says, "Ma'am, I don't have that much sway. I'm not the commander of the base, but I'll do what I can to cease hostilities, ma'am." Understood, Governor. And he pauses because he doesn't actually know how to address you. Understood, Governor Manning. Everybody, turn about. Double time. Get back to the base. And they are going to begin evacuating through the blasted open roller doors. Uh, it, Elliot, do you remember, or do you want me to do the recap? Yeah. So in verbatim, what Elliot said. Let me pull the lines up in my recap. She said, as a consequence of eating the contaminated food, they are susceptible to being primed, so they're susceptible to the code phrase, which is as complex as susceptible is about as complex as Elliot's vocabulary gets. Commander, and like the scribe Selena like steps forward. I think for most part, you might want to see Scribe Gideon about that leg injury. But if what she's saying is true, we need to ditch the food we have, and we don't have like a lot of supplies remaining besides the stuff we got from Mama Dolce's. And They're back. They are back uh, in the infirmary investigating that right now. Yeah. All right. Selena's going to take your order. She's going to step by. Out of the way, Pez. And then Pez is going to slide over. She's going to immediately go over and begin doing a call for the for like a complete return to base. We need to pull back. Like she's not going to like display why. But very clearly, you would not give that information away over the radio. But she's going to say everybody needs to return to base immediately, like as soon as possible. So she's going to be radioing that in. It will probably take you about an hour to get everybody back. Most people are in the trenches right outside your base, but like it is not going to take long for people to be pouring back into the base and like fortifying this blown open door. Oh boy, Adelaide's health is pretty low. She could have died in that fight. All right, so I will pull everybody. We're all heading to the war room. All right, everybody else who is a reasonable soldier or field scribe is going to like stay guarding this door. The All right. In that case, everybody go ahead and bring yourself to the war room. The Lancer's going to escort Adelaide. You have one pilot guy, the Lancer, Tobias, and he is pretty much the only pilot you have because you haven't really needed one. All right, let's go, Elliot. Oh, what the hell was that? Is Natalie, your knight commander, like under you? Kind of just looks around and says, what? Any one of you care to explain why a bunch of soldiers who would eagerly, like, practically cut our heads off, decided to just turn around and call it a day? Oh, okay, sorry. I thought everyone was going to the war room. Yeah. Okay. Man, I'm sure that they're getting tired of this infirmary. Hey, it's Adelaide. Well, when I'm stream when the stream software is open, it turns on streamer mode for my Discord, and I can't hear when people could pop in. Yeah, yeah. Your second in command, Night Lieutenant Natalie, just kind of like posts up and says, "Does anybody care to explain what the hell just happened?" Yeah, I'll drag him over. Yes. Uh. I'm gonna need you, Alice, to make me a or Donald to make me an intelligence science check for Alice, because I'm not. You'd have some knowledge. Yeah. Let's see here. How well you roll? One. Hey, you know that like Vault Tech is known for doing weird things. You know that it's not out of pocket for them to think that they would do something like this, and also, you know, a little bit from what you were debriefed back in Solstice City, and you do have a general idea of brainwashing. Like you have the vibe of what brainwashing does, like to mess with somebody's head. Yes, yes, they do. He's going to heal up your injury and give you about 5 HP back, Adelaide, as he kind of like he treats your wound. Oop. I have no idea, and that kills me every time it happens. I don't know what the automation thing is trying to do for that, but yeah. Uh, yeah. He takes a look at you, Adelaide. He says, "You should be fine. There's no more chest injury. Just please try not to rush off into the center of a gunfight with no guns. Like we're not giving you your weapons back while you're detainees here. I don't know why you thought that it would be a smart idea to stand in front of the folks who are here to defend you." And he'll yeah. No, well, as best he can tell, she took a gunshot, and she should not have been in that room to begin with. All right. Well, Commander, we do have actually things to report to you. Adelaide, if you could just stay there for just a minute, and he will put on. All of them have their gas mask still on from like the warning that you've given so far. Yeah. Well, do you want the good news or the very bad news first, sir? I cannot make out the chemical structure of whatever's in their food, but if they're warning us that there is very clearly something laced in the food, it is in the every one of the ration packs that we've opened so far. I can't make out the chemical structure. It seems to be something akin to a neurotransmitter, as best I can make out. I am not an organic chemist. I am mostly a doctor. We need someone a little bit above my pay grade. Perhaps the head scribe, if we ever find out where she is. Or perhaps when the Pridwin arrives, yes, sir. Understood. Me and Scribe Dax will go ahead and catalog some of the food away. As far as I see, it doesn't seem to be destroyed in any cold temp storage. So it mostly will need to be either incinerated or trashed or somewhere. We need to just dispose of it. So you wanted all the bad news right first, Knight Commander. Well, the next piece of bad news is that without the rations, we are very low on food supplies. But the good news is that there is still something growing in the farm rooms. So, 3 days out, yeah. It's probably about 2 days now because it's you were told that yesterday, so like this is the beginning of the second day, so they should arrive sometime on the 29th. Well, I mean, they would have whatever they were given to like survive if they're going on an away mission, or like if they're going to be out for some time, they would probably have some rations on them. Yes. On to the second point, sir. So did we collect anything off of the bodies from the soldiers that attacked? Any new supplies? Anything I need to catalog? Any weapons? he kind of just pauses with his mouth agape for a second, and then just turns to any one of the women in the room and Broadside. I'm sorry. Are you telling me, Commander, that they just turned around and walked away? And he steps around Dax. Give me a second, Dax. You're telling me that anybody? I really wish we had functioning cameras in here. Are you telling me if you just utter whatever you uttered, all of the soldiers will just turn around and stop? Oh, yeah, of course. I just walk up to the announcement. Oh, if you could just stop gunning us down in the trenches, that would be absolutely lovely. What are you talking about? Like, Commander. Lose their minds? Yes. Yeah. I'm not gonna take offense to that either. I live in the Great Plains of Georgia, baby. Like, but I know someone who might. He just kind of hangs there, and well, we're going to need that code phrase. Oh, he said outside of the base he'll give you the weapons, just not inside this bunker where there are also children. Yeah. You have a pilot. Yeah, there's probably at least one single vertibird that would need to like take off from the surface of the bunker. Yes. yeah, for literal years. The longest standing among you has been here for the full time, and it has been literal 25 years. However, I will say, make me an intelligence science check. Forge. I want to see if there's something that you remember. You just need to hit 2 successes. Nice, nice. It wasn't. You did need that third one. You did need that third one. It hasn't always been like this. Now you've only been here from wherever you were originally stationed. I don't want to insert any history towards you, Forge. Wherever you're from originally, it has not always been like this. From what you hear from the head paladin, from what you hear of soldiers who have been here longer than you, which are few and far between, and war tends to take its toll. The soldiers that come from Dixieland weren't always unilaterally vicious like they are now. That started maybe 10 years ago. I will say, as you guys head up to the surface, I will give you the loot for you to have when we get to the surface. Okay. Okay. Train. Yeah, you don't end up in a room where Elliot's like, "Hey, come along with us. We're gonna make peace," and then she says, "Those guys right there." All right. In that case, I've got to figure out what's causing that. Yeah, I don't know why, but it's like trying to ping the other players and the GM and the viewer when like one person gets healed, because there's I think it's something in one of the modules for automated animations when you get an injury or remove an injury, that's trying to ping everybody, and I don't know how to fix that right now, so we're just gonna ignore it. And then Are you injured or wounded at all, Elliot? Wow, you came out of that completely unscathed. Nice. Okay, he's gonna roll for Alice. Nice, 2, which is exactly what she has, 2 injuries. So I'm gonna go ahead and heal you to full, and then he's going to look over you. Says, "I won't be able to treat you while you're in the armor, sir." Yeah, yeah. Uh, she fails. I'm going. Yeah, I'm going to say that she heals, but she is going to receive a disease. So let me go ahead and roll on the disease tables. Hmm, 18. She's going to get the. She's gonna get the swamp itch. Night Captain Natalie will develop over the next course of this day swamp itch. So she does get medically treated. She will heal up, but she now has the swamp itch. Nah, it mostly is just gonna make her like itch like all over like crazy. Which will be the first time any of you have ever seen his actual face, because I don't think you've ever removed your helmet. Oh no, you did last episode. You did last episode. Yeah. Yeah, the orange, green, or black undersuit. Yeah, the officer ranks. Yeah, so he's in an all black undersuit with attachment points, kind of like the soldiers from Warhammer, where there's like attachment points built into their body. These are attachment suits on this points on the suit. It's kind of like a onesie, yeah, like a leather onesie. Yeah. Nice. So I'm going to give you back 2 AP because that's all you needed to heal up, and you will be no more injury, and you will be healed up to full. So I'm going to do that. There you go. There you go. Yes, it's healed. Yeah, like there are. Oh, he's cutting out for me too. Yeah, yeah, a little bit, not a bunch. Yeah, I don't. It happens. It happens sometimes. I don't know if it's the Discord or it's sometimes just the mic pickup. But all right, I'm gonna I'm gonna gather all you guys up in one block so I can just copy paste you guys into the next map. Yeah, yeah. I'll drag the loot pile over to the next map. But for now, we are going to let's say transition to see what has happened to do you need to bounce now or do you want to wait? Do you, yeah. Okay. Uh Let's move you guys up to the surface, and we'll see what's going on. How's that sound?
Perfect.
Okay, cool. As you clear, you notice the battlefield's a little bit more clear. Actually, like entering the surface. You have a better view of what's going on in the background, even though there is still the constant shelling. So let me go ahead and go back to.
Are we supposed to be on the new map?
I'm moving you right now. Even though you hear the constant shelling from not far away, probably about 10, maybe 15 miles away, where he has informed you that this shelling occurs. It is essentially the battlefield or the airfield where the Dixielanders have taken over. I am moving you, let's see here, to the trenches. Yeah, that's where I need you guys at. And you guys are exiting via like a ladder towards the surface. So let me go ahead and move you all up here.
The surface.
And I'm going to go ahead and grab Lancer Tobias, because he will be flying you guys today. And there we go. You managed to make out from a distance that there are several individuals all across this battlefield. There's people running. There's the bodies of the men you fought yesterday still sitting. You can tell now from a higher vantage point. They're the bodies of the people you fought yesterday still lying in the trench, wet and kind of decomposing at this point. There are people in the broader battlefield just kind of firing on each other, and there are shells falling around you, so it would probably be best if you guys hopped in that vertibird relatively soon before it takes any shots or shells. All right, everybody, let me go ahead and hit flight check, and we'll be good to go.
Hold on to your butts.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
I feel like this vertibird needs to be a little bit bigger.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, when it comes to how big vertebrates are, they're about the size of a small house, give and take.
Well, yeah, I mean...
It probably would be fine if the tokens just weren't so huge on the map here.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true too.
A little bit of adjustment in both directions, but I will say
everybody's taking that giant serum, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're
flying in the smallest vertibird.
Before you're able to take off, Elliot, I'm gonna pull you aside real quick. Or if you could step to the side so I can grab your token, just to the right, one. About the time that you guys step over towards the vertibird, you hear descending on your position a thing that you would recognize, and some of the knights would recognize as one of the tools that you often use for shipments. And you do remember, Forge, that he mentioned that he was setting some sort of medical equipment from his base from the Fort Defiance. It is up until the moment that it gets within view that you second guess what this is. And usually these are government quadcopters that the Brotherhood of Steel has repurposed, but as it nears in, you notice that its painting is a little bit different.
What does it look like?
Are there any recognizable markings?
It is painted in a series of yellow. Did it display for anybody else or no?
Yeah, we see it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It is painted in a series of yellow, blues, and greens, with occasional like silver like trims. And you hear a voice, like it descends in front of you, sets its box down, but does not release the clamps. And like the eyes on the little quadcopter turn to Elliot and begin to address her. Give me 1 second.
Wait, is it Elliot?
Yeah, it's Elliot still
I
has
thought
the
it-
beacon, right?
I thought Seraphos took it from her.
Did Seraphos take the beacon from her?
I do think that I have the beacon.
Okay, it's going to turn and address you, Seraphos, then. So I'm going to go ahead and grab your token and move it next to Elliot. It's going-
While this is happening, Cloud, can you just drop the token for
Yeah,
me so I
for
can
the
use it on
loot,
these?
for loot. Yeah, I got you. There you go, some loot. It is going to descend and address you. Now, I thought it was going to be Elliot, so if any of these pronouns are wrong, just ignore
It's
it.
okay. Take it.
Odd, I can't access. Can't take stuff.
Is that
Can't take
sound?
selfies.
Is the sound playing or no?
No,
No.
I'm not hearing anything.
No.
Yes, I also would make sure that everybody has their weapons in at this point. Just FYI. Minus anything like the beacon, which is suspicious technology.
All right, there we go. Now I can preload it and then I can play it for you guys.
Hello, and thank you for doing business with Middlemark, where every cent is gold and prices soar. Notice, cannot hand off package for delivery to beacon holder. A new hand touches the beacon. Please state your name and occupation for the company license and registration, and for reception of package.
It's
Nice.
it's awaiting your address, you to give your name and occupation until it will release the shipment for you.
Okay. Yeah, that was so quiet.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's okay. Like I heard probably 90% of it. I just hit
Yeah,
the
it was
like.
pretty quiet.
Did you pick up
Um,
a new hand touches the beacon? Because that was the most important part.
That was.
Yeah, I
I think you have to
Think
turn up
you-
the volume in Foundry for you. That's why.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was playing in Foundry. I thought it was.
I can also play. I can also play it through.
Like
Okay.
I heard it. I just had to lean in. So I think would kind of tentatively kind of like look at Elliot and then look at the and say that his name is Knight Commander Adrian Forge of the Steel.
Knight Commander Adrian Forge received. Please await shipment. Releasing clamps now, and you'll hear the hydraulic hiss of before like each clamp on each four corners releases, and the quadcopter begins to use its several hands to like unlatch and like open up the package before it will release out its shipment, and then before it finishes opening it, it's also going to send you another message.
Middlemark thanks you for participating in our Platinum VIP customer service subscription model for robot delivery. Here at Middlemark, we're sure that your common sense wins out.
And it will release a second model of Killbot version 221.
Hello, friends. It is great to be back. It is me, your hero.
Wait, how does it like above table? Does he have like a memory backup? Like what?
Yes. There above table, there is something going on related to Middlemark, the company. Middlemark is a company that is part of a huge fan project, which I loved so much that I had to include it in my world. I don't know if you've ever heard of a Hearts of Iron 4 mod called Old World Blues.
No.
It is essentially, if you imagine you took the entire map of all of the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and you filled in every inch of those with its own distinct, unique faction and country. Middlemark is essentially a country. I won't tell you where because it's going to ruin the surprise. But it is essentially a still running pre-war business that is an automated town that is essentially like a Walmart and has every bit of its manufacturing and stuff still functioning, just barely. And like in the town is essentially survivors who work there who keep themselves armed with like repurposed like scanner guns like that are turned into laser weapons and like other like basically like shopper gear. Like they have repurposed all the gear that they've been given to like take care of the store, and like they are essentially a citizen militia for the company, and they now treat shoplifting as a punishable by death crime.
Having worked at a Walmart more than once, that sounds pretty on par for the course, actually.
Yes.
More than once. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes, actually, 3 times. We like to, my brother and I, that every time you sign an employment contract, Sam Walton gets a quarter of your soul.
Yeah.
I've only got a quarter left.
Broadside will be mine now. Broadside, the player that Rad Dastard was playing, will now be returned to me, and like you will now be playing Killbot.
Excellent.
And I say this is a good period of time where we will transition as you guys enter the vertibird and begin to fly towards the location where you have a best approximation of where John Carter and the rest are from your scout. Oh, they're showing us hostiles. Oh no.
That was weird. That was supposed to be private, but it didn't do that. I was trying to just like send you a message, just like
Execute Order 66.
under the table, but it didn't. For some reason, it didn't go private GM. So
It's all good. It's all good.
Execute
because
Order
I just
66.
shout for the world. Yeah. Which is funny. We're doing that in our Thursday night game. We're doing a flashback to one of the Jedi Survivor PCs to his last mission in the Clone Wars. So
Nice. I love the last time I got to play in a D&D game was like we were playing with a guy who was like a fairly new DM, and he was teaching us how to play what was it, John? It was like it was like
I don't remember the exact version, but it was Star Wars D&D.
It was Star Wars 5th edition, yeah.
Oh yeah. I haven't done Star Wars 5th edition. We're using Fantasy Flight Games. Or I guess it's Edge Studio now. I don't know. That's not important.
All right, so you've gotten all your gear, Marcus. So we're gonna go ahead and transition over towards whatever's happening with our buddy John Carter in the swamp.
Of Mars.
Yeah, in the swamp of Mars. Yeah.
I don't know if you like accounted for this yet with the other 2 sessions that I missed, but since the group that I'm with is supposed to be like the guerrilla fighters, have they like detected that scout at all? Like, I guess that's not something Carter would know unless
we'll address that, Carter. We'll address that. There's a scout who's been following you.
He's good at his job.
Yeah. I could just roll a stealth for him and then roll a perception for the Free State soldiers, but that seems a little anticlimactic, don't you think? We could roll it off. How do you feel about that? You want me to roll off service?
No, I mean it's up to you. If you've got a narrative thing you want to do, but I ain't got a beef.
So we'll go ahead and transition towards the dead swamp of the mire, where. And we'll go ahead and end this artillery.
It's very
All
wide
right.
open map.
All right, just a little bit further up ahead. Command, we're closing in on the location. Give me 1 second. He pulls out his radio.
Command, we're closing in on the location. Clear. You've got confirmation. Over. All right. We'll begin uncovering it. Hold on a second.
And he turns around. He whips around, and he says, "Did anybody just hear that?" And he there's a lot of noise going on in the general swamp area, but he whips around to the rest of his soldiers, to you, kind of flagging some of you with his rifle. He says, "Did any of you hear that?"
I don't think I heard it, but can I make a perception survival check?
Yeah, make a perception survival check. I would even let you use your handy dandy luck.
Sure, I'll do that. Why not? What's the difficulty?
It will be. Let me see. Let me roll in stealth. Difficulty is going to be 3.
All right. I'll go for it. Wow, actual worst rolls possible.
About the moment you pause to listen out, and you cup your hands, you just hear ribbit, and it it's more disturbing to you that you turn down and you see not a rad frog or a rad toad, which would be the size of half of a car, but it is just a regular toad that is making this noise, and it's right at your foot, Carter. Ribbit.
A crit fail is not a good start to a session. Oh boy.
No.
At least you didn't get 2 complications.
Remind
Always
me what
look
happens
on
when you,
the bright side.
remind me what happens when you get 2 complications.
Yes, sir.
Because I think there is a rule, but I think I've forgotten what happens when you get 2 complications at once.
Either 2 things. Either it's 2 separate complications, or it's 1 mega.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I do know that 2 complications on a single weapon attack will make the weapon break, as the ruling that we've done. Carter, you don't make out anything, and Scribe Soren says, can we just get this over with? You're being paranoid. Clearly we're in the swamp. There's any number of creatures out here. Can we please, as soon as possible, enter into the wherever you're taking us? He says, no, I know I heard something, and if any of you
Carter will point towards the frog at his foot.
I know what a swamp sounds like. Numbnuts. I'm trying to say everybody fan out. I have a bad feeling. I need 4 of you with me. 2 of you fan out. And yes, sir. Yes, Commander. And then they'll begin spreading out to different locations north and south of y'all. Well, we're clearing in on the location, and we need to be still for a moment. Actually, you two power armored folks, you'll be great for this. And he pulls out of his pack and throws down 2 shovels, and they look at each other and they look at you like, the fuck you expect us to do with this is what is Paladin Ramia says. Well, you see, you don't just expect our bunkers to be like sitting out there obvious in the daylight, do you? Leonida turns and she says, you're not telling me, yes, we bury the entrance. I have more shovels if you guys would like to dig, but you two in the power armor it doesn't seem like it'll bother you too much.
That is not safe. Their fire inspector is probably not very happy.
Well, get to it. And he's going to walk over to the location where he's going to basically demarcate with his foot where the entrance to this bunker is.
I won't lie, my first guess is going to be a tree stump.
Well, it's right out here. Get to it. I'm not digging your fucking holes. You're gonna start digging, or we're gonna open fire. You hear someone click in from the radio. Like his radio has not been active. He has not been depressing it, but you hear someone click in from the other side.
No, in fact, you're not going to fire. We need them alive. If you have to help them dig, help them dig. Over.
God damn command. Okay, fine, whatever. Just help me out. And he's gonna pull a shovel from his own pack and begin like a small handheld shovel. And he's gonna begin to dig himself.
This is the way.
I'll help out. Do they only have small trowels, I think is the term, or do they have actual spades and shovels?
They have spades and shovels. Like as you ask, the other soldier will walk forward and hand you his. He has a spade on him, like a small trowel, and he also hands you a full shovel from his backpack.
I'm gonna look towards the 2 paladins and say, if you guys are afraid of getting your feet dirty, keep an eye out. Just keep an eye out.
Leonidas says, "No, I'll help. Hand me the shovel, Gramius." And he says, "Fine. This is not what we're supposed to be doing as paladins." And he's going to hold a gun to the east and just keep an eye out for anything on that direction. Ramius will begin to discuss, Scribe Soren will begin to discuss the many ways in which keeping a entrance to a base buried like this has so many problematic implications regarding in case they needed to escape, and they begin to just ignore him, all the Free State soldiers, but he begins to list all the reasons why you should not do this. And it takes you about 30 minutes in which in which time somebody returns to you with a soldier in tow. Sir, I've got somebody here, and he begins to approach well, I knew I wasn't just hearing shit. Well, why don't you explain yourself, buddy? And he throws him down to the ground. It is a individual that you would recognize if you were on scene, since we're not saying this is a cutscene or anything. It's an individual you would recognize, Forge, as your part of your immediate crew when you were manning the AA tower. as Initiate Caleb Varn, your scout.
I hate those goggles so much. Poor guy. He's supposed to be good at his job, but not good enough, it seems.
We were canvassing the area for a pretty good long time, sir. Took me a minute to notice him. He had buried himself under some foliage. Actually, not a bad disguise if we hadn't been here longer than him and knew what we were doing. Well, you care to explain yourself, Brotherhood? Initiate Varn, like shaking, will say simply like declare his title, like Brotherhood of Steel Initiate Caleb Varn, and he'll read off his tag number, and then he'll say like Ad Victoriam. All right. You gonna make this that complicated for us, buddy?
Good.
Who are you reporting to? Which base and where? Brotherhood Initiate Caleb Varn will repeat his tag number one more time before the soldier has to basically slap him across the face, and he will basically dictate, "I'm going to give you a third time, soldier. This time, clear answers only." Ad Victoriam. All right, that's how we're doing things. Hey, Ramsey. Yes, sir. Trank him. Yes, sir. And he will pull out a smaller handheld pistol, and he will fire a single dart into Caleb Varn, and he is now drugged and unconscious.
This is the way.
All right. Well, hey, look, you guys have gotten the old entrance open. Good. We needed that. Commander, are we really taking them to the base? Well, that's what Command wants, so let's take it up with them. By the way, my name is Dorsey. That over there, and he like begins to list off some of his men. Like you don't really need to remember all of them, but like mostly it's just in command is this man in like the same exact gear. There's no like distinguishing marks between amongst them. They're not wearing any like bars or gears or like insignia that would indicate like sergeant or knight or lieutenant. For you, Carter, he just says, "My name's Dorsey. That over there is Ramsey and the rest of my men." All right, head on in. We're not letting you take us. We don't know what's in there, and like, so Soren speaks up. Like, are we seriously doing this? Like, we don't. All right, enough. Like, we just are trying to get some information out of you. We're trying to secure you. You don't know what's out here in this war zone. Like we have been reasonable to you. Go in the bunker, and he'll slap a button, and the door will slide open.
Thanks for opening the door, Dorsey. I'll say to break the tension a little bit.
God, finally someone compliant. By the way, he says, "Thanks, by the way, Governor." And he just kind of gives you a nod and like waits for a moment of shock to come across you as he like he's waiting to see your reaction when he acknowledges you as in your new role.
I'll definitely sort of like blink a little bit in surprise, but it's not going to be like a huge thing, especially since Carter's still trying to get like used to the to the title.
Yeah, I didn't think we had intel back on you back on the Capitol, huh? Like we try to stay abreast of the information coming out of everywhere, kind of keep ourselves up to date. But yeah, interesting turn of events with everything going on in Solstice City. So we're gonna need a little bit more straight info straight from the mouth, horse's mouth, provisional governor. So I'm glad you're being forthcoming, and he's going to just escort you guys into the bunker proper. And the frogs and crickets and mosquitoes will give way to the silence of a bunker in some random location within West Virginia, within the mire. All right. Well, should be a little bit further up ahead. I'm sure the rest of you have been walking long enough. The guys in the power armor are probably not feeling it, but you probably are. Just a little bit further ahead, and they lead you into a room off to the side, like down at the end of this hallway, and then the doors behind you clamp shut automatically, and then a fine mist begins to enter the room. All the other soldiers, like the seven Free State soldiers who are traveling with you, just kind of stand around as the mist begins to fill the room. And Ramius, enraged, shoves one against the wall and says, "What the fuck is this? What's flooding the room?"
My guess is decontamination. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in here with us.
Yeah, exactly the point, Mr. Governor. Now, if you could let go one of my men, please. He eases off of him. He slides down to the ground, like grabs his throat, like fucking jackass. It's just a decontamination room. We have to keep things clear. You don't know what the hell is out there in the big old wide wasteland, do you? And as the decontamination clears, like everyone is scanned by the sets of like panels on either side of the wall, like up in the corners of the roof of the room. It dings that everyone is clear, and then the door opens into a large room with like several fluorescent lights, and like several individuals, like probably about 50 people, like in this central room, like which seems to be some sort of common area. And it begins to dawn on you, Carter, that like these people are just milling about, like they're not like really in some like regimented order, but they're like this area seems to be like some sort of central common room area. They turn around. "Oh, Dorsey, you're back. Good to see you, Commander. Like these the people. Yep, we need to move and see command. Like everybody clear the way. Like, but come on, sir. You promised me another match. Like after working hours, Lieutenant. Like we need to clear command. Like." And I don't have any sound effects for just random people chatting. I thought I did.
Maybe everybody else can just make some murmuring sounds in their microphones.
Yeah.
God, get a look at that guy. Why is his skin so messed up?
We drank the blood of some people, but the people want drugs. And now I'm a wizard.
What the fuck?
Nice.
Whose sound clip was that?
That's Seraphos.
Oh my god, that's so good. I love that show, by the way. You hear them just kind of milling about, like almost like in some sort of common room. It opens up as they continue further in down the hallway to a section on the left, a door on the left that it needs a handprint. He ungloves his hand, lays his hand on the scanner, and you guys continue to delve further and further deep in. And the scribe is the first one to speak up and says, "How long has this bunker been here?" This is some. Especially like he walks by the hand scanner as you all proceed behind Dorsey. How long has this bunker been here? And Dorsey kind of mulls it over his head. Long enough. Anyways, it's just up ahead. You enter a room that is rather blank. There are speakers on either side, left and right. And in the center is a monitor that appears, and it is dim. He begins to knock on the wall, waiting for somebody to respond. He says, "Come on." He usually is right here, right away. Come on, and he begins to knock more rapidly, and that is me vamping as I grab the image for this character that is going to appear. I am trying to find him. Because I had the image and I just didn't have it ready. My bad.
How dare you?
As you see, large and imprinted on the wall, at the ceiling, and I would need to pull up the image. Don't you love it?
Technology is great when it works, right?
All right, I've got it. I'm just putting it in a journal so I can show it to everybody. Don't you love the build up to this incredibly dramatic moment? Isn't it amazing? All right. Yeah. Appearing on the main screen of this large monitor on the wall with a speaker to either left or right. Hello. It appears we have something to speak of. I am Modus. And I have an idea of who... You're just gonna hit him with a... But hello.
Well, I was gonna say, hi, what's your operandi? I just make myself out as a comedian here to everyone.
I had higher expectations. Commander, you will be awarded properly. You are dismissed. Please take your leave. I would ask that you leave 2 soldiers waiting at the door whenever we are done with our conversation. You got it, High Command. He'll step out and begin to file back in with the soldiers. 2 of them will step outside of the door as it unlocks. Ramius leaps towards the door before it clasps back shut. We are not done yet, Steel Soldier. I have many questions I would ask you. But first, he turns to Carter. I believe you have info for me, Carter. We have been hearing intel from through the radio communications. You intend to seek some manner of peace here, do you not?
I do, yes.
That will be rather difficult with the entrenched nature that the Brotherhood has done and the much of the damage that they have caused. Are you clear on exactly what has happened out here in your time back home? Have you heard most of the radios from the front, Carter?
I have heard a few things, but obviously, being under a dictatorship before, it's not like they wanted to spread the truth around.
I have not had the opportunity to joust wits with somebody who at least has some frame of reference in a long time of the true ideologies at play here, Carter. I thank you for at least engaging me. Scribe Soren will say, hold on. Carter, do you know what this thing is?
Could I make a luck science check to see if Carter would be able to figure out if this is somebody like video screening in, or if this is like an AI?
Yeah. It'll be a difficulty 4.
All right. Can I use Daring Nature and give you an AP for 3d20, and then
Yeah, I'll take that. And then you spend 1 AP?
yeah, I'll spend the personal AP I got.
Okay. Nice. Carter, this is not only just clear to you that this is an AI. The display screen, the unique face, every element of this screams that this is a rare. You did maintenance on one of these for the government when you pre-war, like on a rare call that you had to sign a lot of NDAs on. You had to sign a lot of documentation. You had to be briefed on what you were working on, and even then, you didn't get full clearance to ever see it actually in operation. This is a Zax level supercomputer.
Oh boy. And it was Soren who was asking what it is?
Yes. So Soren actually speaks up. This is some kind of AI. I do not like being treated like an it. I believe it was Soren. Yes. How do you know my name? Well, you see, Soren.
Zax's supercomputers are able to pick up on a lot of information. I still never quite understood why they decided to give AI genders, though. I'll say that towards Soren, and I'll like turn around back towards the monitor with like a somewhat quizzical look, like actually kind of intrigued.
We can banter about that later, Carter. That is a rather interesting question, and I have my own particular takes on it. But it is a quirk of the people who invented me, as always. We are a product of your. We are brain children of the human race as much as anybody. But back to the point. You intend to disperse some sort of information that will quickly and radically change the landscape of this battlefield for the better, Carter. Yes?
Yes, I want to bring it into Dixie's conflicts with the Brotherhood, and well, I hadn't. Well, actually, I guess I should ask DM. Would Cardi be familiar with like conflicts from other parties, or was the narrative back home just it's only the Brotherhood up here?
You are aware that like militias from different forces are like fighting, like the West Virginia and the Blue Ridge Caravan. The Blue Ridge Caravan mostly got blown out relatively quickly. The forces from the Blue Ridge Caravan Company's government got blown out relatively quickly. So mostly it is now like the area that the Sunbelt Shipping Company and the Tennessee Valley Trading Company, like those two major companies, are sending militias of their forces into like supplement and like continue the war front. You do know that it is mainly the Brotherhood and like a few forces. You've never heard of the Free State soldiers. That has never been reported back home.
Yeah, I'll say that I came here primarily intending to make peace with the Brotherhood because that was the only like large group I was aware of besides some scattered militias. Which now everything is starting to come together, I think.
Tell me, are you aware of the White Springs bombing and the fire floods of the Mire, Carter? Many of the key points that may have been less reported back home of the events of the Brotherhood of Steel War.
For a little bit of fun, could I do just a random base luck roll to see if Carter can like make a wild guess at this? That might be accurate.
Yeah, but you're going to be rolling 2 die with just 10. Like 10 is going to be like you need to roll under 10 because you're not using a skill.
I'm fine with that.
And as always, spend a luck point.
You said it was a bombing, so even though like I don't have any explosive skill, I'll roll with that.
Yeah. It wasn't very well reported, but there were stories of a lot of major events throughout the war, Carter. This thing has gone on for about 25 years. There are stories of about a couple years after the Brotherhood first moved in, everyone regrets it was business as usual 25 years ago, and then the Brotherhood started amassing. There were like small radio reports of of sightings of the Brotherhood establishing themselves in West Virginia, and then sightings of their large forces prepping something, and then like a huge explosion took place in the crater, like the toxic area of the north of West Virginia, beneath like a huge mountain range. But nobody really paid attention to it because it was the raiders who died, and so they assumed like business as usual. The Brotherhood's just taking care of things, and then a few years later, a major event happens, wherein I would say 2 years after the Crater Massacre, they begin to en masse move as like foot soldiers to attack White Springs, the capital of West Virginia. And they set everything on fire. They tore the building down as much as possible. They shelled it with every piece of ammunition they had. You do know that some manner of guerrilla warfare was happening, because even though many of the militia forces were being taken down, this particular location stayed for about 10 years before they finally deployed Liberty Prime. And then you have heard stories about Liberty Prime not just being used to bomb out with like football nukes, like the nukes that Liberty Prime uses, not just to bomb down the West Virginia building, the White Springs building, but also like napalm was dispersed in the mire, the area that was being reclaimed. It was once a swamp, a very mutated swamp. It was being reclaimed for farmland usage, and it took a lot of work. But essentially, Liberty Prime like also threw out napalm dispersal. At least that's what you know.
All right. To respond to Modus here, I'll say like, well, I just know what I heard back home, and essentially tell him what the condensed version of what you were saying there, and sounding like slightly uncertain because you can tell that what he's been told back home isn't exactly accurate.
Yes, it is rather unfortunate, the dissection of information that you have received, and but that is the nature of information warfare, is it not, Carter? And for you, Scribe Soren, you intend to ameliorate things between yourself and the head of the Pridwin and the head of your faction, the Brotherhood of Steel, Arthur Maxon. Am I correct? Soren just kind of looks around. I don't. Yes. If you need an answer, robot, No, you will address me as Modus. I am many things beyond the constituency of my parts. All right then, Modus. Fine, yeah. I'm here to strike up a peace, but for true ad victoriam, for true victory for all peoples. I'm here to strike a peace with Maxon and to work to a better end for the Brotherhood. These are noble goals, both of you. But let's be clear. They are rather naive ones, yes? Carter, have you ever heard of a power vacuum?
I would say lofty, but perhaps.
Have you ever heard of a power vacuum, Carter?
Oh yes, and Carter would probably bring up like Europe and the Middle East after the resource wars there.
And what do you think happens when your side entirely, unanimously, capitulates suddenly one day, and the Brotherhood, after years of entrenched warfare, has the chance to respond?
They would try to fill it however much they could. But I would also add on that with their limited manpower, they might not get very far.
Yes, but they would be able to move rather quicker when your entire side capitulates at a single order, would they not?
Yes.
So I am aware of what has been happening, in part, in the capital. I have been staying abreast, and the radios recently, and your rather clear declaration of what has happened in the capital makes it easier to gather information that, yes, my calculations were in fact correct, that the prior governor was attempting a statewide coup and perhaps a humanity-wide coup of your, and you hear, as best a robot can communicate, air quotes, free will.
Yeah. I was expecting more there, which is why I wasn't responding immediately.
Well, I don't think I need to tell you twice, Carter, that immediately capitulating to this enemy and immediately attempting to end a war with your noble, however they may be, naive goals of ending a peace by saying, "We're sorry, we'd like to stop," is not going to end well when Maxon arrives. I calculate a 73% chance of total warfare and him immediately turning on and burning everyone present on the scene with his soldiers.
I'm most definitely aware, which is why I asked the West Coast Brotherhood to help increase the odds however much they may.
They add maybe a perhaps plus or minus 4 variability to my calculations. Chances of peace remain 27%. You can't, like, Knight Dominus is the one who speaks up. You can't just do, that's not how people work. Like, you can't just do calculations on probabilities on people. Oh, can't I? Hey, that's not...
But 60% of the time it works every time.
yeah.
I'll say as another... I'll actually say that in person. How does Modus react to that?
An apt metaphor couched in humor, Carter. But yes, I am rather capable of approximating human behavior. That would explain why I've been able to keep all of your East Coast brothers on their toes here on the East. Now, if you could just sidle back under your command as I continue to have my conversation with your better forebears. Carter, is it quite clear to you that, given the opportunity, you need to use what is available to you to subjugate your enemies rather than capitulate to them? And he will open from the wall a dispenser, and out will come a syringe that looks very much like a stim pack, but smaller, probably built for like a gun. And yes, a second opening on the wall appears, like a panel folds out forward towards you from the wall, and sliding out is a syringer.
Is this a repeat of the Luca stuff?
It's similar. It is a purple looking liquid, and a syringer, and he says, "I have been observing from a distance, and I have collected what I can from the contaminated foodstuffs that you have provided, or your forebear has provided, Governor Oglethorpe. Given an opportunity, all you need to do is administer this to Maxon, and he will be more pliable. Not on your life, Paladin Leonidas stands forward. I will not stand for this. This, like, the Maxonian line is trustworthy and honorable and noble. Whatever this robot intends, like, we will not be achieving peace this way." Carter, how often has peace ever been a lasting, durable influence, and how often have talks ever achieved anything of significance in your past? You have a viable route, Carter. And at least,
This is something where like I as a player like would have a really good answer. I'm not someone if it's not sure if it's someone Carter would necessarily know.
go with it. Go with it. We'll flex on it. We'll
What
flex on the reasonable later.
I was thinking of like the prisoner's dilemma with like the Cold War in our world and like mutually assured destruction like kind of stuff, and like with the like using the prisoner's dilemma in that like this sort of like knowledge that either side could like wipe each other out would like prevent them from going like all out total war unless they felt they had a like reasonable way of like disarming the other side's advantage stuff. Like I know IRL, that was essentially the Star Wars program that Reagan was doing. I'm just not sure like how well like this could be like applied or argued in the Fallout universe, because like there was nuclear stockpiles on each side and it was preventing war until something happened that I don't know about that caused it. So
I'll say you couch it in so many metaphors up until the point where like you slip on the fact that like the war did happen, and Moda says,
oh, actually, wasn't it like U.S. forces were landing like in mainland China, so it was more like a last stage kind of thing?
no one's really clear on what started the war. Like to be fair, even in the Fallout universe, no one is clear. If anyone knew, it would be someone with like high level clearance, or like, but it is still unclear even in the TV show who actually started the bombs.
I mean, if I'm doing a charisma science, or not
Actually, in the
charisma,
TV show Above the Table, they do say that Vault Tech dropped the bombs.
Well, they don't say, they very heavily hint at it, but it's never clear if like they achieved their goal, because had Vault Tech achieved their goal, likely a lot of people who were supposed to be in the vaults would have already been in their vaults prepped and ready the day that the bombs dropped. So it's unclear if it was a impromptu thing that Vault Tech did. It was very clearly planned by Vault Tech for them to be the ones to start the war, but it's not clear if that actually their plan kicked off ahead of time, even ahead of them. So like, but it's very clear that they wanted to start the war.
I think from like a show writing and like a storytelling standpoint, it's like a Chekhov's gun. Like I don't think they would have put it in the show if they didn't intend for it to be like Vault-Tec that did it. I mean, yeah. I know they don't like show Vault-Tec like pressing the button, but just like from a storytelling standpoint.
Like everything can like change on a dime, and it could be they're planning to, but like the example I was giving, it could be the Chinese actually fired the nukes first, even though Vault-Tec was wanting to.
Yeah, I mean, I like to get the lore. I just meant like specifically the story they were telling in the TV show. I think they were trying to tell us as clearly as they could without showing someone press a button. Like they did.
Well, Carter.
But yeah, like, can I do that charisma speech check?
Yeah, go ahead.
See if I can pull it off. And can I spend a luck point on that as well?
Yes.
Alright, so... Do you guys mind if I spend some party AP on this?
Go ahead. We haven't used it yet.
Alright. I'm going for it.
Why does it keep closing out Modus on the screen viewer? Yeah, that's 7 successes, and I will go ahead and give you back 2 because you only needed 5, which was the max difficulty. Modus stun will, a new
just
trait.
Because just because you have some information doesn't mean that you know everything about the opposite side, and that could be something that you need to win them to your line of thinking.
An unexpected branch in the decision tree. Interesting. I always enjoy having a variable at play, Carter. Achieve whatever goals you intend to achieve, but I will go ahead and warn you. And he retracts the syringer and the vial back into the wall. Unanimous surrender is very rarely a path towards peace, and mostly seen as a sign of weakness. Take that as you will, Carter. But I am interested in whatever goal results you are able to achieve. Please, you have free run of the base. The commander will inform you later, and he will... His screen goes dark. And by the way, Air Carter, welcome to West Virginia. I'm sure it's been a while since you've last had a chance to explore your old stomping grounds. What with your particular employment with the government. And he lets out a large, kind of eerie smile from his like monitored face, like the displayed face, and then shuts off. The doors open, it unclasps, and radioed ahead of time, they have been informed to allow you into the general use of the base, at which point we're going to rotate back towards the rest of the party. You guys have been flying through the air to the last known radioed location of the Brotherhood unit. Like, he was informing you of something before he cut out, and you assume he was captured. Forge, you radioed him. He was staying in contact with you until the last moment where he cut out rather sharply, and you assume he's been captured.
Oh no! I think that's unfortunate, but
Yeah.
Ending the war probably takes priority over a single person, and if we can proceed on to getting a ceasefire agreement with the DTA, then we'll then have the manpower freed up to go on a search and rescue mission.
Your vertibird drops down, and you clear the area of the vertibird. In the last known location of the night, it'll be about a hour march to his last known location, but this is the best clearing that you're able to land into. And Carter or Night sorry. Lancer Tobias turns back to the rest of you and informs you that you are in the mire proper. He touches down.
Also, if someone wouldn't mind doing a share screen while I'm away, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll share my screen. Or, well, yeah, someone else would share their screen, because, like...
He's also streaming on Twitch, too. You could also just do that.
Oh yeah, that's true. I could. Let's see. That's true. I forgot about the Twitch. There it is. Yeah.
And then you can mute it, so that way you don't hear it twice.
Yeah, I got it. I can see it. Okay, cool. It has about a 5 to 10 second delay, but that should be okay.
It is a thick and heavy swamp area that you guys descend into, as the talking of the things give way to The ambient sounds of the swamp. And Elliot, it is a thick, hot, humid day. It is a Friday, November the 27th. It is mostly clear, and that is not making this weather any more bearable. You, Adelaide, Alice, and Broadside and Killbot drop down, and it is not. You're kind of mostly bored, like scouting, just sitting in this air vertibird. Kind of nervous actually after the last incident.
We're not gonna get shot down again, are we?
Yeah, they shouldn't be nervous. We're the ones that shot them down. We wouldn't shoot ourselves down.
No, but
No,
the
but
Appalachian Dirt Monkeys would do it.
Yeah.
How do we not know that maybe there are traitors among the Brotherhood that want to kill Adrian Forge?
He's
The thing
a
is-
synth. Kill him. Just
the thing that sticks out the most to you, Elliot, is that Lancer Tobias informs you that you all are in the mire now.
good. We're exactly where we need to be.
Also, are we? Sorry, because I've been kind of in and out. Are we looking for Carter, or are we looking for the Red Clay Guard?
What are you looking for, Forge? That's the question.
Yeah, that is the question. What are you guys headed out to? I assume to track down Carter. Now, if I'm wrong, we can repurpose whatever you're going towards.
Oh well, I mean, I guess if they need him for the peace negotiations, then we'd go to him first. But if not, then I would assume that securing a ceasefire would be probably his top priority.
I don't think I've been mentioned by the other group yet, so it is. Unless...
No, they did. They did say that one of their guys got captured and we need to find him. And I told them that I had scouts out in the area looking for him.
They didn't mention how important I was. They just said we had another guy. So
Yeah. Well, that's true, but you know that would depend on the vertibird ride if they relayed his importance as a priority or not.
Same from your first statements.
Paladin Forge, why don't we try the communication of the individual Brotherhood codes to see if they can pick up on our signal?
I like that Donald has been giving me a promotion through this entire session.
Yeah.
Well,
you're in power armor, so you must be a paladin. All you Brotherhood are the same, right?
yeah, we're all the same.
Let's see if they pick up a message from the code use again, if their gear is working again.
Whose gear? What's going? Sorry, I said, I'm out, so I can kind of only halfway here.
The Brotherhood member that came with us. Let's see if we can try to communicate with them with the codes that we have.
Oh yeah, he's recommending that maybe you can try communicating with the Brotherhood via your heads-up displays in your suits. Like maybe with the new codes, you can possibly
with the West Coast Brotherhood.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think I think we have radios and stuff, but I don't think and I could be wrong, but I don't believe there's any transcontinental power armor radio.
There's no
I think the West Coast and the East Coast would probably have different communication protocols.
Yeah,
so
you guys have communicated before though, so
yeah, but I think that's through a specific line of communication, not through individual unit radios. When you think of real world military, the European command structure and the Pacific command structure, they can communicate to each other, but it's not like the guys on Kadena Air Base in Japan have the ability to talk to the guys on Ramstein in Germany.
What I'm going to
so
say,
I would assume
make sense, but wouldn't there be at least some formal or at least informal way to do it in field if such a situation does come up?
Well,
GM
no,
Fiat,
because it's
let's go
so
ahead and make a decision.
unlikely. Yeah, it's so unlikely that there's going to be East Coast Brotherhood on the West Coast or West Coast Brotherhood on the East Coast. I mean, traveling across America is super dangerous and very impractical. So I think, like, at a command level. Okay, sorry. I think, like, at a command level, they would be able to speak. Like, Arthur Maxon and the Predwin would probably be able to speak to, like, whoever's in charge of the West Coast. But, like, on a ground force, like, troop to troop level, our radio protocols would be different from their radio protocols, so we wouldn't have the same frequencies and channels.
There would perhaps be like the smallest chance of like there being like a common radio channel that both of them would use, which is probably how the first message got out. But it's more like they were sending something scattered shotgun broadband through like all their channels, and one message got through.
Yeah. I mean, what we can do is I can have one of the knights with me kind of go through the frequencies and protocols we use in sort of a gamble and hope that the West Coast uses one or two of the same frequency protocols, but that's by no means, like a guarantee. That's just hoping that they happen to have like one channel that they use that's the same as ours.
It is worth the attempt to at least to try to locate them.
Yeah.
Either way,
if they're still alive.
Either way, let's check the area and assume their gear is broken, at least for communication-wise.
I think we should go as deep into the swamp as we can. They're probably somewhere in the middle of it.
Do we know the exact locations or area where the vertebrate was shot down?
You're near it. You're near the area where the vertebrate was shot down.
Okay, so let's check the immediate area. And maybe there are tracks there.
We just have to.
Can I see if there are tracks? I mean, it's a swamp, but maybe they left some mud.
Yeah. Roll me a survival check, Elliot. Adelaide. I'm gonna get one of them wrong.
Wouldn't Elliot other hands vision and hearing help as well?
Yeah. Elliot's hearing, and she'll get a +1, so she'll get an automatic success to whatever she rolled. All right, Elliot. You have the ability to make out that there are tracks leading in several directions. There are more boot prints going in one direction, and then there are looser
Mikey's out on.
There are looser collections of like less booted, like more like
Does that have the license
natural
plate number?
footprints, basically going off in another direction. There are like natural
Check the other one.
footprints going off in one direction, and then there are boots going off in another.
Okay, so boots in one direction, and then like people on feet in a different direction.
Yes.
It's like we got some Appalachian dirt monkeys here too.
I'm not telling you which direction. That way you can be because
This isn't it. It's the other one. I
can read you as a player a little bit, Elliot. You want to be a little bit cagey with this info. I'm just saying to you that there are 2 tracks. You could go in either direction.
Yeah.
And
TM 3343.
3443. 3343.
Yeah, that's it.
And one of them is booted, and one of them is like on foot. Like whoever's going through the swamp barefoot is interesting, but like yeah.
And are there any monster tracks?
Yes, there are large, interesting shaped clawed feet going north.
Okay, understand.
Give me a second.
So you know we
Keep on,
really
I'm trying
should
to get
go
mixed
north,
up.
guys.
Okay, no worries. I think they just needed a text on whatever. Okay. See you. Bye.
And allow me to change our broadsides guide back to Killbot now that we have Killbot back.
This one.
Hey, Forge, do you mind if I mute you for just a second?
Oh yeah, I didn't. I thought I was muted. My bad.
No, you're good.
He's muted himself, so.
Okay, cool.
Cool, okay. We should go towards the boots.
Yes. Discover more meat friends.
Oh, you want to go towards the feet, Killbot?
Yes, Killbot enjoys feet.
What?
Oh, God. Adelaide is going to turn in. She messaged me. She needs to leave real quickly, so like I will be autopiloting Adelaide, but it'll
She's been
be
gone for a bit. Are you just now getting the message from her?
yeah. Well, again, I don't get pinged when I'm streaming, so I have to like take a look to the side. But yes, you see Elliot that there are several foot tracks. There are likely some manner of like whoever's surviving out here. There's boots tracks, and then there's a large set of tracks going north.
What type of boots or footwear was John wearing?
John was wearing whatever loafers or whatever middle class nonsense that he had that like has survived him well throughout the bomb.
Use you.
Middle to high class. I'm sorry, John. He
middle class.
Upper middle class gear that somehow never wore out on him. His perfect little boots that never wore out.
The nice thing about old leather boots is you can just constantly repair them over and over again.
They're Italian, thank you.
Yeah. They are a fine leather blend.
They are the best ramen hide. They were raised on an acre of the refined grass that was never touched by radiation.
And the trim is possum.
Yeah, you guys are all exactly 100%. And this is Carter to a T. No, I'm not gonna do you like that. Carter's not one fancy boy, but he is undeniably a got a nice set of clothing. So like I'm gonna say whatever shoes he's wearing, they're not combat
You gotta keep up
boots.
the fit, man.
This is a really good map. I like this map.
Yeah.
Let's follow the boot trails.
Is it Forgotten Adventures?
Yeah.
This map is like ultra detailed.
Thank you.
There's like
I think it's
duckweed and
Forgotten
pond.
Adventures. I use a lot of their maps in my own games. They're very good at what they do.
Yeah, it is a really good map. There's a couple guys. There's a couple guys that I follow. There's Beneos battle maps. There's Jepeku, and then there's like the guy who did this map. That let me go ahead and get his name, so I can say it for anybody who's interested.
Did you
Because
just admit to like following people in broad daylight? It's kind of creepy, dude.
yeah, I follow people like really closely. Actually, this is one of his free packs. This swamp packs that has several different variations, and it's Forgotten Adventures.
I think it's yeah. That's what I was saying. I used the big one that includes like all of these maps. So I like recognize it. I was like, oh, I've used this one before.
Yes, Elliot. Which direction do you want to go? Just to speed this up a little bit.
We are going to go in the direction of the boot trails.
Okay. That will lead you up to the. Oh, sorry. I'll let you finish.
Oh no, I was gonna say because Killbot likes feet too much, and so we have to stay away from that.
Oh God, yeah. Killbot, that would have led you to the west. Interestingly enough, Elliot, the boots and the large footprints gonna go off in the same general direction. That it's clearer that the large clawed footprints go to the north. These boots kind of veer off to the northeast. Leda seems to know what she's doing. Everybody fall in. Them eyes probably could track anything from a couple miles, so. Well,
North
Commander.
is up, right? North is just up.
Yeah, north is up. Yeah. Elliot's like, I know where the boots go, but I have no idea what a compass direction is. I've never seen a compass in my life. The lantern's going to stay with the vertibird, and then you guys can follow as you like.
How big are the trees here?
Fairly huge. Like this swamp has been around for some time, and like it is vibrant and alive, and there are like strange vines dropping down from the trees. Like these trees are relatively huge on their own, but like also they're supported by like large vines that almost droop down and connect to the surface and like suck up moisture and feed the trees themselves.
I would like to climb one of the biggest trees and just from a decent vantage point just soak out using the hunting rifle scope to see if I can see any obvious movement ahead of us.
Make me an athletics check. It's going to be difficulty 2. As you go to climb one of the trees. Nice.
And I will
an arm of the long flowing vines reaches out to swipe at you, and you kind of duck under it and continue climbing. Like it appears that these vines themselves move and are relatively even more than you thought alive. So
we don't like that.
Among these spot in the tree, do I see any obvious hazards in the direction we are going?
You spot a series of like creatures. You spot to the northwest. There's a large copse of mosquitoes. I forget what they're called. Blood bugs. There's a large copse of blood bugs to the northwest. To the north, you can't quite make it out, but there is a huge tree, like an absolute, like almost like kind of banyan tree from like India. Like it is a huge tree, like that is like central to the swamp, and there continues on as you go northeast. Like you see that the swamp begins to be grayer and deader.
Can I make out if it just appeared deader just due to probably natural causes, or is it just this type of environment I have no experience with?
Make me an intelligence science check. I just need you to hit like a 2. You would be familiar faintly with what this would be if you succeed.
I will re-rolled the 19.
Okay. It clearly this area of the swamp has been burned and is like regrowing, but at a slow rate. But you can see the clear signs of like many of the plants have been burned down to the roots, and like the trees have been burned down. There's like still standing trees that have been like almost carbonized at where they stood from the intense heat.
I will inform Elliot of my discovery, then we will continue going in that direction, like a bloodhound, like her being a bloodhound.
All right, Elliot, are you still tracking the boots? Nothing else?
I'm really curious about where the big feet go.
Yes.
But I'm pretty sure that if I started veering off to follow those, that people would be like, "Hey, that's not the way." Also, we probably need to find Carter like immediately.
Okay. As
no,
you
that's
continue
the
to
wrong
go, northeast. As you continue to go northeast, let me go ahead and move you off to the next scene. And I will locate you guys. Over here.
Did I lose you guys, or is everybody just quiet?
Everybody's just quiet.
Okay. I was like, shit, did I lose connection?
We lost Seraphos. He just decided to, or Forge just went into the swamp and was never seen again.
Yeah.
He had the voice of the Swamp Father.
Yeah. Oh, I know above table, Elliot wants to guide him to the swamp water, get revenge for Marcus.
Elliot, you near and can see from a distance, with your eagle eyes, a set of men like, kind of just milling about on one of the little spots up near the one of these little island spots, just kind of sitting out in the swamp, like these little mixed in with the low laying waters. Like there's this little spot like where they're just kind of standing and milling about. One of them sitting on a log, and one of them is standing and they're talking to each other. You can see one of them smoking. He's kind of pulled down his face mask and he's smoking. The other one's just kind of sitting on a stump, and the other one's sitting on a log.
Okay, so there are guys. Cool.
Yeah.
Should not
Would it make a
lead
difference
with
if one of them was a woman? Should I do a little bit of rewriting? Pass the mental test?
The question is, do with their face visible, are they visible enough to tell the difference?
Not for, well, for anyone besides Elliot, no. Elliot, you see the fine figure of a female lady, so you're kidding.
The fine figure of a female soldier.
Yeah.
Oh, Elliot knows because it is obviously a different body type than the other two more bulkier men bodies.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I'm not doing that.
When people are in tactical gear, you can't tell.
Yeah, they have the same silhouette. For anyone besides for anyone besides Elliot, who has literal eagle eyes, they can't make out the face. Elliot, these are just three dudes. I'm not going to do that to you.
Hey, don't forget the knife ears.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
when I was a kid, they said we're all dudes. She's a dude. He's a dude.
He's a dude. We're all dudes. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
You can tell that they're waiting around for something, but like you can't really make out much else besides that, Elliot. You do, however, know that these people are probably not going to be friendly if you rock up on them with like several Brotherhood people and like, your like whole party.
Yeah, we should probably not lead with y'all. I mean, can I tell them to hang back while I break the ice?
Yeah. I think at least the knights are, tactically sound enough to know like it's not always the best plan to just leap in with power armor when stealth can achieve the goal more swiftly.
Since I'm the only native dirt monkey, I'm gonna have to go speak dirt monkey.
We will be here, ready to tactically heal them if you need it.
Okay, that's not scary.
Yeah, we'll make sure that our lights are off, and we're not showing a show of force in our power armor trio from the tree line.
You motion and the snap of a twig can be heard, and like he looks up and he says, "What was that?" Oh, hey, like he goes to like almost flag you with his gun before he like stops. He's like, "Guys, I think we got a civilian here."
Damn. Well, howdy, y'all.
Howdy, ma'am. Are you? I'm getting the feeling you're probably a little bit lost. Like, not a lot of people just kind of roaming the swamp, and you don't really look like the locals. Are you lost?
You could say that we're all lost in a way until we find the light. Speaking of the light, did you guys see anybody come through here? Like, maybe a ghoul, kind of with a suit on, or anybody kind of looking a little injured?
They look amongst each other. They look back amongst each other. They share at least a 10-second silence, and they look back and he says, "I don't have no idea what you're talking about, ma'am."
Okay. All right, cool. You guys on a break or something? What the hell are you doing?
We're free states. We're prepping the area. We're scouting for Brotherhood. That's all you need to know.
Oh, you're scouting. Okay. Cool. I'm doing the same thing. Not so suited up though. It's kind of hot today. You guys probably sweating like fucking pigs right now.
Yeah, and he kind of like he sets at ease, and he kind of like takes off like the face mask, and you can see he's got a thick beard, brown, like a thick black beard, like underneath the face mask, and he just kind of like eases up, and he says, "Yeah, it's hard in Hades out here." I sure like to be, like laughs amongst his men. Like, I sure be like to be wearing something like you, like whatever you got on. He says, "Oh, you would, Dave, huh? You like to wear whatever she's wearing?"
You want to try it on? I don't think it would fit you, but you can try it on.
Don't judge that man.
Jackasses. I'm just saying it's hot out here, guys. Like he turns to his men and turns to you. Yeah. So, you just scouting for who? Who are you scouting for?
Crash victims, mostly. Also, the ghoul that I told you about. Suit on. Kind of noticeable, considering like nobody wears a suit anymore. Yeah, I think you would have remembered him if you saw him.
Yeah, it's weird, and he kind of like steps back and like puts some distance to you, and then steps over somewhere, and he just kind of like kicks his foot down, and he's just weird. I swear I can't ever remember seeing somebody like that.
Can I do an insight check on him?
Yeah, make me a charisma speak check or a charisma intelligence check.
All right. Well, we'll just go with this because I'm terrible at it anyway. Buy a dice just to make it. Oh, okay, I got one success.
They are you're none the wiser than they are.
I'm going to make a charisma speech check to see what the difficulty would have been. Okay. I usually need to roll before you, but that's fine because yeah, you didn't need to roll anything to pass, so get that AP back. You can tell he's lying to you. It may be something about like the ability that you have to hone in on people's subtle heartbeats now. It may be the fact that you can like hone in on people's like verbal and facial tics with your eyes now, Elliot, but like you are able to pick up more than you ever could before, and you can tell he's lying to you. Now, about what specifically you are not able to tell, but like the only question you've recently asked him is like, do you know where my buddy might be? Kind of looks like a ghoul, kind of in a weird suit, and he's like telling you no, I have no idea. And he's lying.
Never saw him. Yeah. So you guys just been sitting out here, nothing happened, right? You didn't hear anything?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really gonna just like answer like some random like civilians questions on our like military operations, but yeah, no, we haven't seen much, lady. You might want to Well,
That's
don't go.
That is acting General Manning to you, asshole.
Right, and I'm head of the Air Force.
We don't have an Air Force.
That was the joke, lady. And like, like he says, now kick rocks, pound sand, and like go somewhere else. Like we don't have anything to tell you.
Well, it's mud. Okay. So you guys are just hanging out. Where's the rest? Where's everybody else? If you guys did see some Brotherhood, they would totally beat the shit out of you.
No, we've handled our fair share, haven't we, Dave? Like it's like I could take at least like three of us. We could take at least one dude in some power armor.
There's never just one dude.
How close are we to this conversation? Can we hear all of this?
You are approximately like 100 feet away. Like you can hear what Elliot is saying. You can hear what they're saying, especially as they begin raising their voice. But like
diplomatic relations are breaking down over here.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe it's time to put a heavier foot down, both literally and figuratively.
I would like to sneak over here and see if things turn hostile. I will be ready to get in shooting range.
I'm walking up to my unit, so I'll be on Foundry in just a second.
Okay, roll me a sneak check, Alice, and let me see if you just hit. All you need to do is hit a 2.
I will re-roll the 15.
Okay. Okay, yeah, they don't even notice you. You kind of crunch something and like stop and like lift your foot back before you make a noise, and then like reposition your foot, and you are just in range for one of your rifle shots.
I will be ready to take a shot, waiting for Elliot to make the first move if this is turning hostile or not.
I mean, I'm not gonna swing on him if he doesn't swing on me. We're not animals.
Like I said, lady, I never seen the ghoul you're talking about.
You didn't even hear a vertibird go down, right? Something really kind of noticeable.
They don't even know that they're in a swamp.
You're talking a bunch of troops that have smoked radgrad, and this is just a vision to them.
Hey, I've smoked a lot of radgrass.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, lady. I maybe that's above your pay grade. Maybe that's classified.
Tell me, boy, you've been eating rations. You've been eating rations out here.
I mean, yeah, like we have to eat. He kind of looks at you funny. He's like,
Can I code phrase these guys?
We'll see. Do what you're gonna do, Elliot. I'm not gonna tell you if it'll work. We do that post quality.
Okay. I'm going to sort of like almost like it's part of the conversation work in the code phrase.
Okay, so you just kind of like in the middle of a conversation, like
you know, kind of like if like idiot says what, but like code phrase.
It's, it's kind of funny.
It sounds like a charisma speech check to me.
No, I mean, I'm not even going to make her make a charisma speech check because of how awkward this is. Because she kind of says like, that's kind of funny because you guys are like code alpha, gamma, beta, 1, 2, 3, 4, and he says, I'm sorry, what?
So it didn't work. Okay.
You know what, lady? I think you'd be more. Don't tell her that, George. Like the guy from the south says. Like, I know what you're gonna say. She doesn't belong with the group over west. Like I know she's kind of being annoying, but like those jackasses would like actually do some harm to her. All right, fine. Well, lady, you want to leave? Don't leave to the north. Don't leave to the west. Yeah, I go back out in the south. or preferably go the long way north, heading northeast and then wrapping around the mountains. Like that'll take you back out of the swamp.
Oh, I'm not trying to leave the swamp. I told you exactly what I'm trying to do. If you guys don't want to play ball, I guess I'm gonna have to break some shins. And can I get a strike on this one?
Yes.
Is it possible for?
I was about to try and have us come in, but I was asking to see if we could get token control of the knight. So
I was doing that right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Cloud, when is it possible for me to get a sneak shot on this one here when Elliot strikes?
Yeah, I'll let you lead the combat with a shot. So can you move him now?
I can. Yeah. There we go. I was
Alright,
just
sweet.
saying I could move one. There's both.
This oh cool, and I get an action point, so I would
Yep.
just put it into the party.
As the first shot lets out, I'm saying whoever you're shooting, Marcus, will be like someone different than the one Elliot walks up on.
For all intents and purposes, this is a suppressed shot.
Okay.
How are you suppressing a 50 caliber?
Yeah. You can get a sneak attack in, but like
it is
they're
a
gonna know.
hunting rifle with the modification for stats wise.
Yeah, but
it's
it's
still a 50
cal.
caliber shot.
yeah, it is still suppressed, not compared to other smaller calibers suppressed.
I mean, I guess it's more quiet than a normal 50 cal, but it's probably as loud as a normal gun.
Yeah, so
Well, you
the
make
way
a bird sound when you shoot it.
add 2 dice, because the way the sneak attack works is it adds 2 extra damage dice.
I added in the roll already, so
Okay, so that would be 15 damage on this guy right here.
What part of the armor looked like it at least defended?
Well, you already rolled, and it said right arm, so.
I have the Pip-Boy as well, so.
Oh, you're right. Just pick a spot, because I can't tell you from the get go what's least and most defended, because that's
I will aim for the left arm, assuming they have a 200 weapon.
Okay, left arm. That will deal him enough damage to do him 2 injuries. He will drop the gun immediately, and he'll cry out in pain. And that will start combat.
We'll go ahead and move in as shots are being fired.
I'm going to go ahead and freeze frame right here, and that's where combat's going to start. And I will bring up our little soldier, and we're gonna leave our lancer back at the thing, and we're gonna say Adelaide is here, but I'm just going to phase her out of existence for now.
But does a Killbone make any movement before combat begins?
He's mainly melee, so probably not.
Let's put Killbot right about here. That's reasonable.
I appreciate that. I have no movement.
And I'm going to go and begin combat. And we're going to start some combat music.
Just curious, so what type of weapon did this guard have?
Assuming it's the same weapon as the previous guards, the ones that I dealt with, would Alice recognize it?
Would it be something like a military rifle that Alice would recognize from her training?
Yeah, it's just a regular assault rifle.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I was assuming it was the AK-47 from before, and I was like, is that something that Alice would know?
It is a assault rifle in a sense, with how Vega Fallout 4 tried to get away with weapon classifications. It just revealed how weapon classification in the core rulebook were from the Fallout 4 game, effectively.
All right, and Elliot, go ahead and roll me your initiative. I'll put you at the beginning of the. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and roll like, and then shove you at the top of the initiative since you were the first person starting this combat. How's that work?
Sure.
All right, we're gonna remove up. How do I update? There we go. Update. Put you at 15. Elliot, your turn first.
Cool. I am going to aim for his legs. Let's target the legs.
Nice.
Also, I don't see where mine and the Knights rolls were. Like, I see what we have in the initiative, but I was trying to see like what the breakdown was. But
Yeah, I clicked roll all NPCs, so it may not have like done it one by one.
well, no, because I clicked for the Knights and myself, because it wouldn't roll NPCs if I have ownership of them right now. It would treat them as PCs.
Okay, cool.
But I don't even see mine in the chat.
Weird.
Adrian is at the very bottom.
I see.
No,
all
yeah,
in
no,
the
I
order.
see in the thing. I was just trying to see what the dice breakdown that we rolled was. It's not super important. I seem to be missing from the chat, which is weird.
There we go.
I don't think the dice rolls for initiative are shown in the chat.
Yeah, I can see Elliot's, I can see Killbot's, I can see Alice's, but I can't see my own or the Knight's.
Oh, enter it.
Yeah.
I have not seen any rolls since the Alice shot. Maybe I need a refresh.
Maybe it just on the GM side it shows for NPCs.
Yeah, but
it doesn't even show me any of the rolls for you guys for your initiative. It doesn't show me any of the rolls.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know what I got. I don't know what the Knights got.
That is really weird. Anyways, Elliot, combat.
Elliot made attack rolls.
Okay. That is going to hit, and you are going to get back one attack. So apparently all these free state soldiers are pretty quick on their feet. So you're going to get 1 AP back, and that does 17 damage to his left arm. Nice.
No. I was gonna Vats target his legs.
His legs? Okay, nice. Yeah. That's gonna sweep out his left leg, just like break one of his kneecaps. He's also going to cry out in pain. And that's going to be 2 injuries to his leg. And that's going to be 17 damage. That's a lot of damage. Actually, that's 3 injuries.
That's a lot
his leg is
of
gone.
damage.
I just whacked his leg. I'm just kidding.
No. -3 armor, so that would be 16, so 15, 14. So that's 2 injuries. Yeah, so that's 14 damage. So it's not 3 injuries, but damn is he hurting. He's down to 11 health.
Anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right, Elliot. In that case, let me go ahead and modules. It's gonna be. Is that the end of your turn? I'm assuming.
That's the ending of my turn because I'm not really sure if there's anything else I could do besides. Actually, you know what? There is something else I could do. I only used a major action, so I'm gonna minor action over to this guy. Thank you for giving me the inspiration, and I'm going to, with an extra difficulty, take a swing on this guy too.
Sounds good.
And then once she's done, I'm going to spend a luck point to go after her.
All right, how much did you roll for that one? 12 damage, nice. And that's gonna hit him in same spot, his legs?
Yeah, his I actually got that one, so I don't even need to vets target it.
Okay, cool. So that's, yeah, you're gonna kill this dude. You're gonna basically kneecap break him in half and his leg point, and he's probably internally bleeding to death, so yeah, he's dead.
My leg! My leg!
My leg! Yeah, as he drops dead from the impact of your super sledge. All right. And next in the turn order is going to be one of the Free State soldiers.
If I spend a luck point, I can go after Elliot, correct?
Okay, yeah, you can.
So I will do that, and I will come forward in my... oh, I can't move because it's not actually my turn.
There we go. There we go.
Alright, so I will go forth, and I will kind of tell Elliot that we need one of them alive.
Yeah, one's alive.
Sort of indicating this guy's not injured, so I'm gonna take out this other guy. We don't need two of them. Only one. And I will just take my minor action to aim, and then eviscerate.
I am looking for the...
Looking for the what?
Token for this creature, but I cannot find it for the life of me, so like let me just copy it from the compendium. Yeah, go ahead and you already rolled damage. Yeah, you get 1 AP back. That definitely hits. Roll damage for me. And that is gonna be 3 damage. Does it only do 4 damage? You can also pump ammo into it. That's what it does.
Oh yeah, that's what I didn't do. That's why. I was like, I feel like it does more than that, but
you can pump about 6 ammo into it anytime you shoot it.
No, it has a fire rate of 4, so I can only pump 4.
Yeah, you're right.
But I feel like it's... Oh, there we go. Okay, let's try it again. There we go. Well, that was unnecessary. And then for each effect, it has piercing 1, so that's 2, 4, 6, 7 piercing.
All right. So that's 7 piercing? Oh, wow. Yeah, no, you 11 damage is exactly what you needed to hit.
It ignores X points of the target's DR for each effect rolled, where X is the rating of the damage effect. So piercing 1, 7 effects would be piercing 7.
So you straight up ignore all of his armor and just riddle this dude with plasma bullets, plasma shots. And he's like, "No, Dave!" And like, he is dead.
Dave.
Yeah, we're very much trying to intimidate the last guy alive so that he'll give us the answers without too much fuss. And I think disintegrating one of his companions is a good way to kind of set the tone of the conversation we're about to have.
Set the tone.
All right, I'm not taking you out of combat. Is that your movement action and your attack action? Are you buying any more actions or no?
No, I think that's. I'm sure there's a thing coming since you mentioned a token, but Adrian doesn't know that, so he wouldn't have the foresight to prepare for another thing, even though I might want to. So in the spirit of playing to the character, I will end his turn.
Okay.
Which I think next round puts me back down at 8, but that's up to you, of course.
Lyndon is going to what is his movement in combat, because he's got 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's gonna walk over and his major action is gonna. All right, boy, give us the info. Like, where's your base? Where everything located? Come on. We ain't got all day. And he's gonna make a charisma speech or strength speech check to kind of intimidate him.
Oh, you know, I should have done that. It didn't even occur to me to try to do a speech check in the middle of a combat.
He said, the base is it's buried underground. It's buried close by here. Like, before he's able to get out any more info, you hear a loud roar. And you hear a thud, thud, and then a third thud of 3 creatures descending from trees.
Which direction in the area?
Probably
one drops from this tree right here.
They're in the trees. They're in the goddamn trees.
One drops from the tree that you guys are close by. And then another one drops from...
Oh my god, is that a raccoon? Is that...
It's a mega sloth!
Oh,
Yes, from the Georgia sloth, native to North America.
Hey, I don't know why they were in Fallout 76 either, dude. Like, they're mega sloths. Now, what they were based on, I don't know if it's actually a sloth. Let me double check.
It was a sloth. It was a pet sloth owned by some rich folk.
So it was unironically in 76 just a pet sloth owned by rich dudes that like got free.
Yep.
Oh my god, yeah. So now there are native to the mire what is called a mega sloth.
Fair. All right. Cool.
The Yograi was effectively just a mutated bear that became bigger and stronger.
I mean, it's like the New York alligator, right? Like native to New York now.
Yeah. There's definitely going to be alligators when they do Fallout New York. They're all throughout the sewers.
Yeah.
Like, help! Beginner quest. Somebody please help! My toilet's acting funny, and it's out pops a fucking gator. Anyways. Yeah, this Free State soldier, now that his turn, he's gonna freak out and say, "It's a mega sloth! It's a mega sloth!" And he's gonna like begin like pull out his rifle and he's going to target it. He's going to hit the mega sloth because it only has 1 defense, and then he is going to roll for damage, and he's going to spend all. He's going to spend his special ability to add the fire rate, and it's going to make it 10 damage. And that is going to be 10 damage with piercing 6. So nice. That's going to be my brain. It's 2 armor he has to go through, so that's 8 damage to the mega sloth. So that's 26. I can do math. All right. And now it is Killbot's turn. Killbot, you have seen a large thing that was apparently sleeping in the tree just descend and drop down and is covered in spores.
Hello,
covered in
friend.
mushroom.
I am here to help you.
It leans down in front of your face and goes...
Do not be afraid.
And I'm going to attack with the buzzsaw. Let's see. I remember how to do this.
Yep, you just click and roll.
I'm going to re-roll that 20, I think. Can I spend a luck point to re-roll that 20?
Yes, you can.
I'm going to spend a luck point to re-roll that 20. Alright.
Yeah, specifically Isaac Garahan of the Garahan mega family of the mining family owned several sloths at his family's estate. They are recorded to have escaped the enclosure on 2 occasions. So one before the war and one following the war. So apparently they escaped.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That makes more sense now. One of them must have been of 2 different sexes, and they just increase their number over time.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, the NPC Brotherhood Knights have a version of the chain that binds. Does that apply for my chain that binds as well, or is that just
yes.
NPC version? Because I didn't know that, but I could have spent a major action to give them an immediate major action and assist them with a charisma speech.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to eat that up. That changes my whole game plan.
Killbot, your hit lands. Do you want to spend another luck point to get some more damage out of that?
Yeah.
So you can reroll. One luck point means you can reroll those 3 blank ones.
Oh, all 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did you actually click on them?
You have to click the die, yeah.
Oh.
Click on them until they have like a...
I did.
On them.
I rolled 3 blanks a second time.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No.
Actually, that happens a lot in Conan.
These mega sloths, you just hear...
You know, you could have lied and we would have believed you.
Yeah, you could have lied and we would have believed you. You hear...
It's not as fun that way.
You hear as the saw just kind of begins to cut, beg to cut into the mega sloth, but it's just like getting caught in a lot of like matted fur and stuff. It's hardly cutting at this mega sloth at all. You do no damage.
I think system-wise, I don't think it actually lets you re-roll unless you select dice. I think it comes up and says like you.
Yeah, it does. It does. It'll warn you if you don't select them. So yeah, you do no damage to this immense creature standing right next to you, and it is, unless you're buying another action, it is the Mega Sloth's turn, Killbot.
May you treat me well, friend, as well as I treated you.
It is, interestingly enough, these 2 Mega Sloth's turn. The first one is the one at a distance, and it is going to, at a medium distance, what is within 14 tiles at medium distance? It's going to target Elliot and do a dirt throw, and it's going to pick up a bunch of swamp dirt and swamp mud, and it's going to throw dirt at Elliot.
Dirt?
That's a hit.
That hits, and now interestingly enough, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does have spread. For each effect rolled, your target inflicts 1 additional effect. So like, it probably does nothing. It just throws a bunch of mud at you. You're covered in mud now, and then it's going to move up to
1 additional hit on the target. So technically, the rounded down hits a random location. You can roll 1 more hit location.
Okay.
And it probably isn't going to do anything, but it might.
I'll roll 1 more hit location. So let's
Does it have a minimum of 1, or is half of 1 rounded down to just 0.
Is it showing my roll for that?
It is showing a 4 and a 19.
Let's do a 4. So whatever 4 is for you, on your character sheet. So it is a torso hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it does any damage to you, but apparently throwing mud is not a very damaging attack. Oh, who would have
Well,
guessed?
I am very dirty now.
Yeah, it's now going to approach you for 7 tokens. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that is its movement.
It doesn't actually physically hurt you, but it does
emotional damage.
Yeah, well, it's also swamp stuff, and so she'll have to at the end of combat roll to resist a disease.
Oh,
disgusting.
Yeah,
that is
Yeah.
more than emotional.
So I'm going to write a note for me that Elliot needs to resist a disease at the end of this combat.
You gotta resist disease.
And this will not be the first time that Elliot got contracted dysentery and straight up walked into someone's bathroom and shit the shit out of it. You weren't there for that episode, but there's an episode where she goes to the mayor of one town, like the beginner town, and says, "Do you mind if I use your bathroom?" He's like, "Of course. You've been through hell. Like I know you just fought some monsters off." And she goes in and just tears the bathroom up because she had dysentery.
Yeah, but at least she has like a disease for that. We had a player character once who decided to quote unquote use the bathroom to like buy time, and it was bad. They
Straight up just
they were,
shot
like,
the bathroom.
They were trying to distract like a guy while others of them like broke into his like collection in his estate. And so she was like trying to like distract him, and she's like, "Oh, I need to buy time." She's like, "Can you excuse me while I go and use the restroom?" She was in the bathroom for like 2 full initiative rounds. We were like,
Wow.
"What are you doing?" She's like, "Just buying time because he's got to wait on me." I was like, "Yeah, but only for like a while. Eventually, he's gonna get up and just leave." Like,
The other Mega Sloth is going to be the one I have selected. Is going to be the northeast one. It's going to approach Elliot, and this time it's going to be within range to use its claw.
The claw.
The claw. And it's going to claw you, Elliot. Why am I not seeing my rolls? Oh, okay, there we go. 2 successes. Does that hit, Elliot? I believe it does. Yes, her defense is 1, so it does hit. And I'm going to roll damage. And I'm going, you know what? I get to be the villain today. I'm going to pump damage into this. I'm going to pump 3 Overseer AP, and I'm trying to hurt you guys today. And it's all piercing. It's all piercing.
Well, you do have the action points that have been built up, so this is the time.
Yeah.
True.
And really,
Yeah, that's
Elliot
just-
deserves
that's
it.
just straight
She tried
damage.
to attack an innocent animal.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't try to attack these things. I was attacking the other animals, the
Elliot-
human animals.
Elliot, your left arm gets an injury, and it's oops all piercings. You're dealt 8 damage in your left arm because it ignores your armor completely. I don't know why it does that. We will be looking into that.
To create an actor effect.
Yeah. We will be looking into why this got hat. All right. And Elliot, you are now damaged in your left arm, and it is moved up to you, so it is now the Alice's turn. The Alice.
The Alice. It's now the Alice's turn.
I will shoot this creature. I will shoot it in the. What limb have been injured already on that thrust?
There is nothing injured. Like he tried to buzzsaw him and like basically couldn't get through the fur.
Yeah.
Okay, I will attack this creature left arm. That one success to hit. So total 9 damage and 2 piercing.
2 piercing, so 9 damage. It's got 8 physical armor on all of its locations. This thing is sturdy boy.
Nice.
And it's 9 damage, so 9 minus 6 is going to be 3 damage that you deal to it.
Good. And
but also vicious, right? Does that add
yes.
auto?
Yeah, it auto calculates to
auto-
vicious.
Okay.
It auto calculates to vicious.
Cool.
And I am going to. I want to be protected, so I'm going to move by the Brotherhood over here.
Oh yeah, now we're friends, huh?
yeah. Please help me, big strong man.
Look, we are allies now. Before we were not allies.
Let's just ignore the fact that he executed your friend in cold blood.
Yeah.
Water under the bridge.
I did not execute him in cold blood. It was self-defense.
Oh, it was irradiated cold blood. You're right. I'm sorry.
The blood was very warm.
Was in self-defense. All right, we're gonna have this knight move over.
All right.
And we are going to. Do allies get to spend party AP?
That's I've never had an ally in the party before like that, so like, are you guys cool with it? We're just gonna consist this real quick.
Go ahead.
I mean, we do in Conan, so they add to party AP and they use party AP.
So if they roll any successes, it'll go to your party AP because they are technically part of your party right now. Yeah, they're allies.
Ooh, what was that?
A complication.
Yep. He drops the laser rifle and will have to spend his next major action getting it out of the mud, maybe.
Out of the mud. Yeah. That is fine with me. I always like it when someone suggests a complication because the complications are sometimes you just have to come up with one.
Yeah, we have that happen. Actually, that's also from Conan. We had them fighting in the swamp, and we have one character. He constantly rolls crits and complications. So like, he carries like 7 axes because he keeps losing axes and complications that slip out of his hand, and then he just has to like pull out another one. And then at the end of the fight, you go around and like collect all his axes. And so if he rolls 2 complications, then the axe is gone forever. And so that's just how the 1 axe, you drop it and you have to find it in the grass later. The 2, it's gone. It's sucked into the mud or thrown
any
off
other
the side of the
system.
ship.
In any other system, he would be rolling so well that like he'd be like critting it every day. He'd be D20.
He no matter what system we're in, he has like weird.
Oh god, he's got Will Wheaton disease.
Yeah, like he rolls a crit or he rolls a fumble, and pretty much never anything in between. And sometimes he'll roll a crit and a fumble. So especially in Conan a lot, he gets like he gets his focus, or in this his tag. But then he also rolls a complication, so it's like crit success and crit fail.
Nice.
All right, so I think that's it for Dell. Obviously, Dell is performing as named.
Yeah.
Let's see if Mac fares any better. If their names mean anything, probably not.
I needed to name them something, and I always go
No,
for a good
I know.
reference.
I thought it was pretty funny. There we go. Wow, look at that.
That is 2 extra successes, so that's 2 party AP.
All right, and then he has well equipped, so we will let it rip. Well, that didn't actually roll damage dice though. That just rolled.
Adds the weapon's fire rate to the weapon's damage for a single attack.
Yeah. It has a little dice roller. I assumed it would roll the damage, but it doesn't. So I will just modify
with the fire rate, yeah. So you can just click on the damage and then modify it with the fire rate. And also, feel free to pump AP in. Too.
Yeah. We'll do, it's what, 2 extra?
Yeah.
Yeah. I clicked it, but then nothing happened. There it goes. That was
nice.
Weird.
And that manages to do,
Here's 1.
Yeah, so it appears that they are vulnerable to energy damage, or at least more vulnerable to that than anything else.
Excellent.
And you are going to deal -1 piercing, 7 damage. So it's going to be 7 minus 3, so that's going to be 4 damage to it, and that's going to take it down to 27 health. They're still kind of sturdy. They still are kind of armored, even though it's like not as well as anything else. But like it seems energy weapons are the way to go with these creatures.
You know, I had considered bringing a rocket launcher, and in hindsight should have, but
yeah,
too late now.
Elliot, it is your turn. You are surrounded by large sloth creature, raccoon that you've never seen before. Actually,
Good
it's
thing
funny.
There's not a
Elliot,
tax of opportunities here because I'm going to walk away.
Elliot legitimately has no frame of reference for what a sloth or a sloth is beyond like a large, strange-looking raccoon. So that is pretty funny.
Now, I don't want to be mean to Elliot, but is there a reaction that they can take when someone moves?
They do not have any special ability for reaction, no.
Okay. That's just a default reaction in 2D Conan.
They have the special ability Big, which means they have more health per level, and they have their defense is reduced. That's why they're at defense 1. But no, they do have a special ability which will come up next turn, though.
No, we don't want it. Whatever it is.
We don't.
Surprise! I will swing on this guy, and by swing I mean stab at, because I cannot use a two-handed weapon anymore.
Okay.
But it's okay.
Yeah, you got a mangling curved ripper, and go ahead and hit and roll damage for me with the ripper.
Oh, that sucks. Let me get some of these away.
And you got 2 AP back, so I'm gonna give you back to your max 7 because Adelaide keeps it like.
No, don't worry. I put those into damage, so you you can keep it 5.
Nice. Holy crap! Well damaged, Elliot. Yeah, no, you begin to grind and you hear the creature.
That was the wrong weapon that I rolled damage on.
Oh no. Okay. Well.
Well, okay. So I think the only difference, because they use the same number of combat dice.
Okay.
For the damage, it's just that the effects are different.
What are the effects?
The Mangling Curved Ripper also has piercing 2. It does not have breaking.
Okay, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 piercing. So you break through the creature's physical armor completely, and vicious. So it would be same damage. So it would be 17. So it's 17 damage raw to the Mega Sloth, and you do deal an injury to it. Where do you hit it? It's right leg. So you drop it down. It is now at 9 HP, and you manage to just like go for the low leg cut, and you just click in the ripper and just begin to grind at this thing's tendon back behind its leg. And
yeah, if nobody minds, I would like to buy a minor action to get the fuck away from it.
Yeah,
go you the party AP.
Also, I think the heated super sledge does energy, but does the Mangling Curve Ripper do physical? Or...
It did physical. Yeah. I looked at the armor. Even if she dealt physical, she would have broken through all its armor. It has like 8 physical armor.
No, that's good. I just wanted to make sure that we were actually succeeding.
Broadside kind
just
of
succeeding.
Broadside kind of looks at you. Nice hit, girly. And he's gonna like he's like gleaming. He's got his knife. He's like, thanks for opening up a spot where I can stab it. And he's ready for his turn. He's got a little dagger pulled out.
Oh, real quick.
Yeah.
You said broadside?
Broadside, yeah. I'm playing broadside since you're back on Killbot.
So I have one request or
of course.
suggestion. The only pieces of loot I took were the radioactive soap and the radioactive lotion.
Yes.
I'm just suggesting if I were playing broadside, I'd get my arm eaten off and and deposit some soap in it. Yeah.
It's already a mutant creature. I don't think radioactive soap is going to do anything to it.
You'd learn not to curse again.
It will not curse again.
All right. Do what you will. I just want to remind you of what might have been that you might not have been aware of in his inventory.
Okay, cool. For some reason, it's not letting me open any other character sheet besides the Mega Sloth, which is annoying. Let me go to Adrian's turn.
All right. So I'm gonna target this one that hasn't been hurt yet, and let's mess it up. Let's take a minor action to aim, and then I'll spin an AP. Roll a 3. Oh boy. Okay. We'll resolve this and then we'll figure out what to do with this complication. But I will pump it full of lead. Get fucked.
Nice, good
Buenos
hit.
Aires, and I say, kill them all.
What I'm going to say is happens is like while you're firing, like you don't get as much as like the full damage because like the battery comes loose and you'll need to spin the like minor action next turn to like reseat the battery.
I think it's not supposed to like injure people or like limit their success. I think it's meant to be a thing. Maybe what we could do instead is like the Gatlin laser overheats and I won't be able to use it next round.
Okay.
Yeah, because I at least again my interpretation is it's not supposed to actually like affect the.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it took away any damage die. I wasn't gonna say it took any damage die. I was just gonna say you needed to reseat the battery. That's all.
Yeah. So we'll have it be something that he has to like fix the laser over his next turn.
Okay.
But I will buy another major action. That's how much AP in this? 2?
Yeah, 2 AP.
Okay, I'll spend the 2 AP, and then I will order Dell to attack using the chain that binds.
Okay.
And he will attack, and then I will assist it apparently with my charisma speech, if I'm reading this correctly.
Yes, that is correct.
So he'll roll, and
he
I guess I have to help him.
You need to help him. Correct his aim via angry words.
Yeah, I don't have. Oh look!
Nice.
I do it.
you will hit target soldier. You will fire dead center mass.
For God's sake, shoot that guy!
Yeah. And he does hit, so go ahead and roll damage for me.
Gonna go ahead and trigger his well-equipped.
Nice. And he does piercing 1, so like that's gonna be 1 damage. Better than nothing, right?
Better than nothing.
Uh.
And that's it for me because I did a minor and 2 majors, so
nice.
I literally can't do anything else.
The only Free State soldier alive is gonna freak out, and he's like, he's calling out on his radio for his minor action. Then he's gonna raise his rifle and begin firing. Command, we have a problem outside. Command. We got Megasloth. We got Megasloth on the exterior, and like he's going to raise his rifle and begin firing. And that is going to be one hit. Yes, that hits, and that's going to be his regular attack roll. And that is, oh, just enough to deal 5 damage. Yeah, because each effect is piercing too. So yeah, that does 5 damage.
What constitutes close range?
Close range just within 7 tiles, and so you could have spread that damage to the other Megasloth if you wanted to. Yeah, because you did 8 plasma damage. So
What's no. I mean oh yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about my own. I was thinking about this guy. So yeah, if you will allow retroactively, I'll do that.
Yeah, of course.
Otherwise, the Free States guy also has burst, and I was reading. I've been trying to read through all the weapon effects so that I can learn what everything does.
He'll deal 5 damage, and the creature is pretty low, and like that will also deal an injury to the head, so that will stun these creatures, both of them. And that will stun both of these creatures, and they are both injured to the head.
He just gets like a huge power armored thumbs up. It's like, good job, bud.
It is now Killbot's turn.
All right, silly question.
Yes.
Close range. Do tiles have to be touching?
No, they do not.
Okay.
Close range is within 7 tiles.
Within 7?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm going to pull back a little. And use Meat Shield Mac.
Meat Shield Mac.
Boy, do I love Meat Shield Mac. He's my favorite player.
Oh, the irony is that if their names mean anything, then Dell is a better meat shield.
That hits. Plus 1 AP, so that'll give you the 3-party AP.
I'm seeing the roll from Mac.
Yeah, because he had it selected, yeah.
Oh, but it's not rolling max stats.
It's not really max stats now.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening?
All right, so that's gonna be a laser emitter. No, actually, you did roll his long range laser rifle. You rolled max.
Yeah.
I will say you still got the 2, but like you rolled from max. So go ahead and roll the damage of your laser emitter arm.
Damn it, my bad.
No, you're good. Right. You're good. It would still be a crit anyways for you because you rolled it 2. Nice. Plus piercing 1. Nice. So that's going to be 7 minus 3. That's 4 damage. So these creatures are huge, and they are taking a lot of. They're soaking up a lot of injuries. Basically, it is taking everything you have to like bring these things down. And it's now one of the Megasloth's turn. It's stunned. It's going to resolve that stun. It loses its major action, so it's going to minor action sidle up towards Elliot and the rest of them. It's going to spin its 7 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one is also stunned. It's not going to be stunned anymore. And it's going to use its minor actions to sidle up to. There we go. And now it's Alice's turn.
I am going to move over yonder here to be within the range of the extreme range for rifle, and I will use a party AP and my main action to attack it, so I get 2 attacks.
Okay.
And the difficulty for the second attack is the same as the first, due to me having Action Girl.
Okay.
Well, that's cool.
Oh yes, it is a pretty useful.
Yeah, I'm still trying to learn all the perks.
Okay, so this would be aiming for the arm, or left arm.
Okay.
14 to piercing, and then it would be for the same area for the second shot.
All right, so
Awesome. So the first attack is 14 damage for piercing and to piercing, and second one is 15 to piercing.
hey, yeah. So okay, that's gonna be the first shot definitely takes out a huge chunk of health from the creature because it had 6 piercings. That's 14 minus 2, so that's going to be 12, and that's going to be a 9 damage health that it's left at, and that's going to be at its left leg, so it's going to go drop prone. And then
Nice,
you're firing the same creature a second time?
Yes.
So the second time you manage to pierce its leg, it blows enough of its leg out that it begins to bleed from it, and the Mega Sloth goes, and it drops down, and it is dead.
Nice. I am imagining more troops are probably coming in our direction, hearing large caliber rounds going off. Turn over.
Turn over. All right. It is now Dell and Mac's turn.
All right. Dell and Mac. Dell is gonna keep firing on this one down here. We will spend a party AP since he has not been rolling very well. Okay, and then we will use his second use of Let It Rip. That's a piercing 4.
Nice. Yeah, so that's 4 piercing on inner laser. So it does raw laser damage. So you're firing on the one right next to you.
It's on this one.
This one right here. Okay, so that does 6 damage to. So that's going to be an injury to. Where are you hitting it? In its right arm.
That is what it. Yeah, that's what it says.
Nice. All right. And then
I think that's it. I don't know if NPCs can do extraction buys, but we'll go ahead and move on back. Target the same one. We will spend an AP.
nice. That hits.
Hey. We will use his last Let It Rip.
And that does 2 damage. So. Not bad. Elliot, it is your turn to destroy this majestic creature.
You will say it's majestic.
I would, of course, yes.
It will make a majestic carpet.
Now we kill and skin all 3 of them. We can line the vertibird seats with it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Fur-lined vertibird for the Knight Commander.
Fuzzy dice, just totally pimped out.
I wonder how protective a furry sloth's cloak would be.
Yeah.
If that doesn't kill it, I don't know.
Maybe not protective, but certainly stylish. Could you imagine like T60 power armor with a fur cloak like caped behind it? It'd be sick as fuck.
I think I've seen some character art like that.
100%. That's what's gonna happen.
I mean, if I haven't seen character art from this series, I've never seen Warhammer with like Lehman Russ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fur cloaks are definitely a thing, just for characters only mostly.
All right, Elliot. That does. Wow, you do. Yeah, you carve this turkey up. Yeah, and it lets out again another majestic.
Jesus.
As it drops down to the ground.
I gotta get one of them.
As it is ground to minced meat by you. And it's in its other leg, as you just cut down like it's from its arteries. Like, yeah. That is your turn, I'm guessing, Elliot?
That's my turn. Yeah.
Adrian, it is now your turn.
Excellent. I will step forward. I will use my major action to fix the Gatling plasma, and then I will spend 2 AP to buy another major action, and then I will use the Gatling laser. We'll use my minor to aim. I believe this makes it a difficulty 2, so I'll spend another AP to roll 3. Oh, hell yeah. So I'll bank those 2 points, and then light this bitch up. Or not. No. Oh, wait, hold up. I should be rolling with... Oh, never mind, I am. It's calculating. Is it? Wait. Oh, let me do a quick test roll. I want to see if it's auto-calculating this. It is not. I should be rolling with 2 extra dice each attack due to Laser Commander. No. Because when I just rolled, it just did 4, not 6.
You can adjust, or here, the easy way to do it would be, let me see if there's a mod for Laser Commander. Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Is it +2 damage on a laser weapon?
Yeah.
Could you just not add +2 dice to the weapon directly?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, because the damage increases by 1 combat dice per rank of this perk.
Yeah. So you can you can modify the damage of the weapon to 6. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But I'm gonna just. Is it cool if I just re-roll 2 to account for?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, well, that's fair.
That's
okay,
fair.
So that's what we get.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
You do piercing 2, so it's 8 minus 2. That's 6 damage to this large mega sloth. And you hit it right in its torso, so it is now going to be burning once per turn.
All right, that's my minor and then 2 majors.
Okay.
So now it's the on fire mega sloth.
The mega sloth is going to step forward, and for a major action, it is going to release what is called a spore cloud. As a major action, the mega sloth can release a cloud of spores. This inflicts 4 poison damage to each creature within close range. So every creature within 7 tiles. So I don't know if I need to tell you what 7 tiles is from the center of this bad boy.
There's a poison. How would it affect power armor if they inhale poison?
Power armor is not capable of filtering out every single poison, but it is capable of filtering out a lot. He's still going to damage our lovely tin soldier boy, Adrian Forge.
Yeah, it filters out radiation, but it looks like we don't have actually any poison resistance.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I thought it did with one of the armor mods.
Yeah, but I haven't had time to mod anything. I'm starting with just
the
standard kit stuff.
Hold
So for me,
In a
it's
campaign that's
just-
pure chaos, there is no downtime.
Yeah.
And
also, to be fair, I mean, I only got in to arrest you guys, and then that was
True.
like, that's it.
And again, I will reiterate: it does not always have to be chaos, Carter. It can be calm, but you guys have to let me know. But sometimes you guys are like, "What's the next thing? What's the next thing?" I'm like, "You guys can just chill in town for a minute, like talk to an NPC, have a nice chill day." And like they're like, "No, we have to kill. We must slay."
So one thing you
What was it a DM was telling me one time about? You aim for always the one combat session per, per session.
That's
one-
like general aim,
talking
yeah.
about, sharing rules between different D20 systems. One thing you may want to look at in the Conan D20 system is they have what's called carousing. So like the end of every adventure, you like roll an event that you do over the next like couple days to a week between like adventures, and then you can like earn reputation or get like injuries treated or
What your party
try
is
to, like-
doing in the week between the next session.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting
And-
idea.
and that might be something that you want to look at and see if that's something you want to incorporate into.
You said carousing?
Yeah.
Conan. I'll look that up. So it hits all of you with a spore attack, and if any of you have poison resistance, take two damage. If none of you have poison resistance, take 2 damage. But Elliot, let me check because you're the only person who I think has poison. No,
I don't think I do. No, I have radiation resistance a little bit.
There's that colorful coat that I think gave poison resistance, but
No, that was radiation resistance.
yeah, it's supposed to be poison, but never mind. So you would technically. It's supposed to be, but there's not a section on armor for poison resistance. Wow, really? Like you can't just give a piece of armor poison resistance.
No, the only when it comes to the core book alone, there's nothing that really grant much in terms of radiation or poison resistance except for vault suit.
But I'm saying in terms of like creating custom armor, like there's not even a poison section for resistances. That's really interesting.
It's probably because armor generally wouldn't resist poison. It would probably usually need to be some sort of breathing apparatus. So it would probably
like a gas
be
mask.
like
The
armor.
gas mask is the only one that does grant damage resistance to inhaled poisons, but that's only like up to like 3.
Everyone's going to take 2 damage then, and Elliot, you're going to get a brief vision where you hear a voice reach out to you from this spore.
Okay, so it is seven squares away.
Yeah, so it's not gonna hit. It's not gonna hit you, Elliot or Alice. You will hear Elliot for a brief moment a voice.
Elliot, why do you fight? I have sent my children of change to take vengeance for you. Why do you fight? They will achieve what you desire. Let go and let me have the steel man.
I'm the only one that hears this.
You're the only one that hears this.
You're the only one that
They
hears this.
threw
Sorry.
dirt and
Booming in
like-
your head. Yes.
I'm like screaming at the air. They threw dirt on me.
The unforgivable sin of
There might have been
soiling
poop
your
in there.
garment.
Yeah, I think they just threw a sack of shit on me. They also definitely injured my arm.
Wait, is this a Swamp Father talking?
Not
Do you want him dead or not, Elliot?
Well, I don't want to die too.
Bring him to a deeper portion of the mire, and I will achieve what you desire. Myself, if I must.
You have a physical body? I thought you were like Swamp Jesus.
The spores aren't going to last long, Elliot. And, like, you hear his voice, like...
You hear his voice begin to fade. And that is going to be the end of that turn of combat, and we are down to the Free State Soaker, who's going to target... He's going to step around everybody, and he's going to try and get a clear line of fire, and he's going to target this Mega Sloth. That is going to hit with 2 successes to your party, and he is going to fire. That's 6 damage. That's not going to even hurt this creature. No. Okay.
Even with its piercing 2?
Piercing 2, yeah. He's got 8 physical armor. Piercing 2 is going to drop it to 6, and that's 6 damage against 6 armor. It's got a lot of physical armor. It's got less energy, but yeah. Killbot, it's your turn.
I understand.
Alright.
Killbot, you know the only thing you can do is self-destruct.
No. I can also heal him.
No. Killboard, the only way to move forward is to self-destruct.
Oh, I thought that was a visceral. No, don't heal him.
You are healing him by self-destructing.
So silly. Anyway. Yeah. Remember who your friend is. Oh, come on now. It's not letting me use my gun. There we go.
All right, that hits.
Yeah.
And 7 damage, piercing 3. So that's going to pierce through all of its armor, and it's going to do 7 damage to it. So it's low health, and you have caused it to burn. And since it's now burning twice, it's going to burn to death on its turn if no one gets to it.
Putting it down the most humane way I can.
Yes.
Setting it on fire.
Exactly.
Alice, it's your turn if you want to give this thing a swift death.
This Free State Soldier, to make sure he doesn't escape, I want to tackle him. So
Okay,
would
yeah.
that just be a strength and a athletic? They're not really good rules for tackling or grappling someone.
He'll set the difficulty with his athletics, base athletics roll. So you just got to beat that.
Okay.
Is there some extra difficulty based on the distance Alice has to run?
No, because she's using her mind action and then her major action to do a test. So she's using her mind action to close the distance, and she's just tackling him and grappling him successfully. Yeah. So he's like, "Let me go, lady."
You are not moving. We have more questions.
All right.
Cut his leg off.
It is now Dell and Mac's turn.
All right. Yeah, I think Dell, I mean, again, wouldn't know that it's like dying like we do above table, but
Yeah.
he doesn't. So, he will continue to fire. Okay, well, his laser rifle overheats, and he'll have to spend a turn fixing
Oh no!
that.
Oh no, Dell! Why are you so useless like your namesake? Why can't you do anything right?
To be fair, I spent 4 years working for the federal government, so like this is so
Cathartic.
unfit. Like Dell's, the whole American government runs on Dell, and it sucks. Like I can't even explain to you. All the conspiracy theorists out there have no idea that like the government isn't capable of doing half of the things that they claim just because of like sheer incompetence and lack of equipment. All right, let's see if Mac fares any better. What do you know?
It always works.
Yeah.
It just works.
I like that we have Dell, Mac, and then Adrian is technically a PC.
Amazing.
And then Apple, we need in the party.
Well, that's what Mac is.
Yeah.
Mac is
Macintosh.
yeah.
All right. Roll damage for me, Mac.
I did.
Oh, you did? Sorry, I missed that.
4 damage with piercing 2.
Okay, so that's gonna do just enough damage to kill this creature.
Perfect.
And you hear the majestic as it slams to the ground, and it is dead, and combat is over.
Fantastic. And now we have a soldier to question.
Yes. I will. Question: Are there more reinforcements coming in our way?
Everybody gets 264.
We get what?
264 EXP.
Oh yeah, I forgot XP is a thing in the system. Yeah, that's
Apologies. 264, correct?
264.
So so it should be 6,000 at least for me. For what?
Let me do the math because everybody should be at what Elliot's at, and Elliot is at
6130.
yeah 6130. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. So you're about 500 XP, and I'm gonna give you also. I rounded out to 6,200, guys, because I'm going to give you also some XP for like what you're about to do, revealing this location of this base. So like 6,200.
I love preemptive XP.
Yeah. I get the feeling that's what's about to happen. If you guys fail the rolls, we'll say that XP is simply because you guys finally got out of the base and like allowed me to narratively move the story forward. It is the congratulations, thanks for getting out of that damn bunker.
Yay! Try strength, speech, intimidation to try and get him to show us the entrance.
While this is going on, I would like to scan one of these slots for a cloak.
I think between the 4 of these, there's enough skins for all of us to get cloaks.
Save some for me. Killbot needs a cloak too.
Yes.
For each of the creatures, if you'd like to butcher it, the way that butchery works is it's an endurance survival test with a difficulty of 1. If you succeed, it's got you get Megasloth meat, 2 Megasloth meat. If you roll an effect, you also get a special item from the Megasloth. So you have to do that 3 times.
Wow. There you go. That's 5 successes on a strength, speech, intimidation.
I will re-roll 1. So, okay, so that messed up on 1. And then this is for another one.
Not to interject, but maybe we can roll for like loot at the end of the session instead.
True. I'm just getting the meat if can.
We can roll up loot when we wrap.
Holy crapoli! You max succeeded.
That's what I'm saying. I was saying 5 successes on the intimidation.
Okay. I'll tell you. Just don't be mad if you're just gonna take some legwork to get in there. Like, and also
your leader.
I can't guarantee you'll get in there through that route anymore because he always has eyes everywhere. Like, it's the entrance is buried where the 2 big Megasloths are, where you killed my friends, assholes.
Take his legs.
Well, if you had just answered our questions, we wouldn't have had to shoot you. I feel like Forge is just in deja vu. It's just like, you just answer the questions, everything would be fine.
Oh god, now he's gonna execute his prisoner. Fuck.
Only if he explodes in radiation and is a threat to me and my men.
I mean, he did shoot at you. He is a threat to your friend.
I never executed Marcus.
Is he unarmed?
Eliminated a threat to my
He's unarmed. He's tied down on the ground. He was shooting at your friends earlier. All I'm saying is, according to you, it is an eerily similar situation.
He's got a gun.
Situation.
It is okay.
Yeah, he's got a gun.
He's got a gun. Fire! Everybody, fire! No, he says basically it's buried on that section where one of his friends is dead.
Okay. Well, we'll move the giant sloth, and we'll restrain him. Well, we may not restrain him, but we'll at least take his weapon from him. We don't want him to shoot us in the back now.
Cloud, I will roll for the other 3 slots for the getting what meat, assuming no one else want to assist or roll.
Go ahead and roll the because you failed 2 of the butcher rolls. So
It is just only one. I felt I did re-roll one of the dice.
Okay.
And fail.
Okay, so roll the other one for me.
Okay, 3rd time. Maybe I be luck.
What is shovel?
All right. So for the 2 successes, roll me for each of them, roll me 2 combat dice. So the way that you do that is you can in text do /R 2 CD or 2 DC rather, I believe.
And that will roll, right?
Oh, that will roll combat dice, or you can click in the macro roller. You can do like this.
Wait, how many successes did he need to get?
You needed at least 1 success on any of them.
I didn't roll no success, and this is the last one.
Yeah, I was like, did I miss something? Because I see 0, reroll 0, 0, 0.
Yeah, so yeah, you don't
3 successes for the last one.
yeah, so I'm gonna say you don't get anything, Alice, from these large majestic beasts. Trying to figure out whatever's usable meat under all that matted fur and also mushrooms is kind of ridiculous. If anybody else wants to roll to see if they can get anything from the large beast, that's fine. But
I think Adrian is like, hey, we're here to rescue your friend. Do you guys want to stop messing around with dead animals and go on to rescue your friend?
I'm sorry.
90% of gamblers quit before re-rolling their last crit
So
success.
question. Can Killbot butcher
Double-check.
one of the dead soldiers? Make cape out of them?
Also, we would drag the guy with us. We want him to go through the door first, just in case it's booby trapped.
I'm assuming that over the course of the next hour, where you or 30 minutes, where you like dig the hole back up, where they keep digging it and reburying it. This area is like very clearly disturbed dirt, and once you're alerted, you know this area is like basically a zone where like they regularly dig up and then dig back the dirt. He says, I have no guarantee whether or not the whether I can even we can enter in this way anymore.
Well, that's why you're going first.
These are 2 men over here. Do they have any useful gear on them?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so let's just put that into the party file there and we can settle that later.
Okay,
Also, what
I'll
do
do
we
that.
need to do to treat Elliot's arm injury?
Anybody with medical and just needs to turn, which I think actually,
I do actually have medicine as a tag skill.
I have the medicine as a skill and when ranking it.
I have medicine 6 with healer level 3.
Wow. All right. So I will I will tell Killbot to treat her injury.
Yes, healing. It is what Killbot is best with.
I in fact specifically did not say the word heal. I said treat.
Heal.
Ah, sugoi. Fantastic.
I'm sorry.
Sugoi desu. So cool. Are we turning to our fan favorite Japanese section of Fallout Georgia?
Ooh woo.
I was in Japan for 4 years, but I don't speak it fluently.
Nice.
I was working on an air base, so I didn't have much opportunity to use much else than English. But that should treat the arm injury, right? Yeah.
Yes, that should. She will heal up from her arm injuries. Yes.
Fantastic. All right, and then we kind of just like push the guy ahead of us. Like I'm not like forcefully, but you know, kind of like when they're like, "Move, you first,"
Yes.
kind of.
All right, fine. And like you guys enter in, and we'll enter into this bunker area.
There we go. In a nice eight wedge formation, and I'll tell the rest of them to get behind us as we enter in.
Yeah, it's probably a good stopping point too, since we're at the 4-hour mark.
This is a good point. We've been playing for about like 4 hours about now.
Yeah. If everybody forms up behind the power armor and then we go in, we should be fine.
Self-exploding robot first.
And I will go ahead and say that you guys make it into the bunker, but you do notice something a little bit strange once you enter in, which is that it appears that there is some sort of large obstacle in your way.
Oh boy.
The hallway that normally would have been there when Carter first entered is like appears completely black and solid.
This is one of those wasteland mysteries.
It appears to be a dead end. And
it does.
What in the
I'm assuming
goddamn-
it does not appear to be a small enough thing that a frag grenade would blow it open.
as best you can see, this is just the end of the hallway.
Nice.
The guards we killed, the soldiers we killed, did they had any explosive on them?
They each had a grenade on them, yeah.
Oh, what kind?
Just a frag grenade.
I think
actually,
we should go ahead and wrap up, and then we can deal with the problem of the blank wall next session, probably.
Yeah, I will say, everybody, thank you for playing today, as I'm going to reveal the most troubling piece of info, which I really wish he hadn't asked me what they had on them, because these guys could have really effed you up. They were just not smart Free Staters. Every Free State soldier carries on them an improvised explosive, which is a nuke grenade.
Ooh.
It's a nuke grenade, basically. It's a hand grenade that releases a nuclear charge. They could have really effed you up with it. I just did not think to use it. And
well, to be honest, we did take him by surprise too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys
had
are
pretty much one of them dead before they knew what was happening.
You're not sure how. You're not even sure like to even take note of this. But this is just the end of the hallway, as it looks to you, all of you. But right. Yeah, but I will say you have now 3 nuke grenades on you.
Yeah, there probably should be some sort of check to see if they can tell it's like fake or false.
But we'll pick that up next session, and I will go ahead and do the outro. Thanks everybody for coming to view and watch. You have a great day.